Hi there, welcome to the Quarter to Three live stream of, can you tell what this is? Disgaea, Disgaea 5. There have been 4 other Disgaeas, I think 2 of which I've played. I have not played a Disgaea in quite some time. However, in the previous few weeks, I've been playing a lot of Disgaea. We are on a PlayStation 4, which is going to make things a little weird, but one of the things it does, which I love, is everything you guys type in, everybody can see over there on the right, which is kind of awesome. Furthermore, there's only a 10-second delay between you guys between me doing something and you guys seeing it. No, wait, between well, whatever. You know what a 10-second delay is. There's only a 10-second delay. Normally it's like 20 seconds on the PC. Alright, so what I'm going to try to do in Disgaea is actually play and not just sit here and explain stuff to you like these screens. Oh, look at all these numbers and whatnot. Look at all this. Because all this is important. Let me show you something else important. That's important. You wouldn't know unless you've played, but this is a hugely important screen here. Left empty, this is not a bullet hell game. Oh my gosh. This is as staid a turn-based game as you could hope for. This is XCOM, basically. Alright, so I'm in a story mission. Bradley Steele wants to know if this is the PS4 Twitch interface. I actually do not know the answer to that, Bradley Steele. All I did was got on my PS4 and said, stream to YouTube. And it went, okay, and here we are. Oh, shoot, and I didn't check to tweet it, but you know what? Whatever. MDTB Bones says, yeah, tell me all about these menus in terms at length. MWT Bones, quit joking around because I will do it. Don't think that I won't do it. All right, so this is a story mission. We just have to clear the map. So it's a weird map, actually. I was looking at it earlier. I spawned down here. This is called my base. I don't know if you can see the letters letters B-A-S-E are revolving around it. I spawned down here. I can bring up to 10 dudes into play. Yeah, Markinson says I should tweet this, and I think I've missed that opportunity, Chris Markinson. I was supposed to check a box, but I blew it. I'm terrible at social media. I need to appoint a social media coordinator. You know, someone like Kellyanne Conway. So this is a weird map in that you just come up the center. To the left and right are these tiny little rooms or areas. We'll look at who's there in a minute. And then you want to come all the way up to this big room up here. So, oh, look, a sarlacc. Oh, 2 sarlaccs. This sarlacc is eating, looks like an oil derrick. I didn't know sarlaccs could do that. So at the very end of the map, there are these mushroom dudes. An important thing when I look at this is social media chancellor. That Bradley Steele suggests that that should be Kellyanne Conway's title. Exactly. An important thing to look at here is this is a mushroom dude. By playing, you kind of know what they are. It's level 30, though. That's kind of a significant bit. These imps, level 30. These orcs over here, level 30. An important thing also to know about these guys, and you wouldn't know this unless you've spent a fair amount of time in Disgaea, is what makes this level 30 character. And you can see an assembly of stats there. Attack, defense, intelligence, resistance, hit, and speed. Pretty straightforward stats. You learn pretty quickly what those mean. What makes this assemblage of stats, other than the numerical values, different from this? Is each of these units just a bag of stats? Partly yes, but a very important part of these units is what's called, and this is a goofy name, an evility? Evility. I don't know. An evility. Basically, it's overarching special ability. And characters get special abilities. Creatures get special abilities. Everything's divided into humanoids and monsters. These are monsters. Humanoids have their own special abilities. Monsters have special abilities. They're consistent across classes and across monsters. What orcs get, as you can see, it's called a group strategy. It's a unique feature of orcs. If you look at the bottom, it says it increases the stats by ally units within 2 panels, within 2 tiles. So the more orcs are clustered around, the higher their stats. Pony Carnival says no game needs a number more than 2 digits long. Pony Carnival, this is not for you. One of the in-game things, like characters go up to level, I think like it's way beyond any length of time I've ever played a Disgaea. But it's one of those games where people play to get characters up to level, 9,999. One of the sort of quests, sort of achievement slash quests, is to do an attack that does 100,000 points of damage. It's like a pinball score. So yeah, very high numbers come into play. Early on in the game, that's not the case. But over the course of the game, you're wanting to get super high numbers. So orcs have an advantage as they cluster. That's not really going to be an issue here because there's only a few orcs. One of the things I've done, you make your own squads in this game. Let's see, can I show you guys my orc team? I think actually my orc team is away exploring. I made a team, I don't have, yeah, they're off exploring. I made a team of 10 orcs, the idea being that their stats increase when they cluster, so why not make 10 of them? These are imps. What do imps do? I think imps get a bonus when they're fighting something lower level than they are. Yeah, bullying. So the special feature of imps is you'll notice they do 30% more damage when they fight something lower level. I need to be careful of that, moving someone lower than level 30 up to these imps. I don't want to charge up the middle here with someone who's, say, level 29. And then finally, these mushrooms. What's their deal? Shroom. Oh, look at this. So Disgaea is full of weird, playful little touches like this. For whatever reason, mushrooms, they have shroom power. They incapacitate women. Decrease stats of female enemy units by 20%. What the heck is up with that? I don't know. Women like mushrooms? Ugh, who knows? One of the story characters. So in Disgaea, all the Disgaeas, they are very... They're partly story-driven. I would say the story stuff is maybe 20-30% of what you're doing. There's also a lot of external, like optional missions and grinding and upgrading and inventory management. Just, if you're into details, stuff that people like that love. And I'm one of those. But one of the things the story does is it gives you fixed story characters. So let's see. Killia, Red Magnus. Where is the chick? Oh, shoot. Where is everyone? Oh, no, I'm in a... So these are... No, you can't see. At the very top left, those little penguin icons, number 1, 2, and 3. Penguins are called prinnies in Disgaea. Prinnies are little Frankenstein undead penguins who suffer much abuse. You have little dispatches. So they're basically teams. So nobody's available from this team. Here's a core team of people. But if I go over here, here's everyone. So here's what I meant to look at. Some of these are story characters. So one of the story characters, Seraphina,
all men are my servants.
Her special ability, her evility, and you'll note you store these up, is she does 50% extra damage to dudes. Now, you don't have to use this character, but... Oh, Corky, let's see, you guys are voting for Request Wednesday. I don't have... Shoot. You know what? I don't have any... I didn't come into the living room with a pad of paper. So for votes, what is receiver, though? Yeah, I'll be out next week, so could I trouble you guys to put votes in the chat channel or to send me a message with votes just for today? Normally I'd take them, but I don't have anything to write with right now. But Corky, I do want to know what receiver is. So Disgaea is full of playful touches, some of which play with gender. All right, so here's a fixed character. We don't want to charge her up the middle, actually, so let's go with someone who's higher than level 30. Let me see. She I've been using a lot. All right, so we're just going to... You can bring... I believe this is consistent. I don't know if this has ever changed. You can bring 10 characters into any mission. Once you've got 10 on the map, that's it. Now, you can, I believe, take them off of the map and replace them if you want. And that's all revolves around this base. So we're leading with a couple of melee characters. Roxy is a Valkyrie and has a spear weapon, which has a longer reach. So she could theoretically stand behind my... what is she? She's like a fist fighter. Her class is Valkyrie, but see where it says class Skyfaller? They're like tiers of classes. Lots of crazy terminology here. So... With her spear, she can stand behind her, and we can fight along the single area there, that single tile area. Anastasia is my cleric. Never want to leave home without her for healing. And sorry, I can only see a little bit of the chat channel, so apologies if I missed something. Feel free to repeat yourself if you have a question or something. And now let's get... I've got this crazy team of ranged attackers. And the interactivity of ranged weapons is, once you bring it to bear, really impressive. Hopefully you'll get to see some of that. So let's move some of them up. Ranged weapons include guns and bows, which have distinct properties. Where are my gunners? Hanzo is a gunner. Bring him up. And let's go ahead and bring up one of the main story characters who's super high level. Killia is the main guy. Let me tell you something about Disgaea 5, which I wasn't going to be prepared to admit. I really like the story in Disgaea 5. I mean, it's goofy. This has been the case with the earlier Disgaeas as well, and I lose sight of this. It looks very JRPG, and it is, but it's also super goofy. It doesn't take itself seriously. It has an effective sense of humor. I really like the storyline stuff in this. All right, so we've got 8 people on the map. We will leave 2 spaces in case we have to respond to anything too disastrous. My experience with the story missions is as long as you don't just rush headlong into them, and there's so much to do besides the story missions, if you give into that temptation to do the other things, which you should, it's how the game works, you're going to outlevel the story missions pretty handily, at least early on. So the story missions are relatively easy. All right, so we're going to just end the turn. We're just moving people up. I don't think they're going to... well, why are they doing that? For whatever reason, the imps have dispersed. All right, we'll just keep charging up the middle. Now, one of the abilities... Let me look. What is she called again? So her class level is Skyfaller, but technically she is... Oh, she's a fight mistress. It's a weird word. All right, charge up the middle. One of the things she's got, and there's different ways you can get this, she can move super far. She's super fast. We don't want to outstrip everyone else too much. Killia is as well. Oh, left empty, yes. Well, this isn't 3D. This is isometric. And here's the view you normally play it from. And you can, of course, zoom the map in. My experience, though, is this isometric, because the D-pad, which is super useful, excuse me, is, to me, I can finesse it a little bit easier with the D-pad by discrete taps moving it one tile at a time. The D-pad, I guess I could hold the... Yeah, the D-pad's a little bit harder. It's a little bit less intuitive in the isometric view. If you use the directional stick, it's a little less precise. So one of the things you can do is just turn it to where it looks, you know, you're looking straight on rather than isometrically, which I kind of prefer. And it makes things like this little cluster here, that can be a little bit hard to read. Like, what is her health at? I can't see her bar. Doing that, well, it's still a little hard to read there. But anyway, you can play isometrically or straight on. And you can also zoom out. These are the 3 zoom levels. And by the way, Disgaea 2 just released for the PC. I'm not very well equipped to discuss the differences amongst the different Disgaeas, because I haven't played one in a long time. I will say, though, that playing this one, I keep discovering things that I didn't recall the Disgaeas doing. This is one of those games, and it's kind of a facet of a lot of JRPGs, isn't it? That the longer you play it, the more systems you unlock. That basically, your first 5 hours are nothing like your second 5 hours, which are nothing like your third 5 hours, which are nothing like your fourth 5 hours. You're constantly folding new gameplay systems, and I can't tell you how many hours I played this, a lot, and I'm constantly uncovering new stuff. All right, so let's move over here to these little side things. We don't necessarily want to split up.
Great.
These guys might activate and move in from behind, so we'll be careful of that. Cardiac Rebuttal says, I've never heard of this game. Cardiac Rebuttal, where have you been? The Disgaea games have been around. Well, I guess they are fairly niche, though, aren't they? Especially if you're the kind of PC gamer that I think most of us are. One of the balancing acts that these maps have to deal with, and you're not really seeing that here, is how big do you make the map versus how much, in terms of how much just moving around is there versus how many options are there for maneuvering. This map is kind of, a lot of the maps are kind of puzzly, and some of them are puzzly to a fault. This one looks kind of puzzly in that there's not a lot of maneuvering. All right, so everybody's going to jump out in the middle there.
Here I go.
Oh, Corky's asking, when did they make these 3D models instead of sprites? I have a dumb question. Are these 3D models? A lot of stuff going on there. Bottom line is nobody is really hurting me too much. Like you can see, took a little bit of damage to my Valkyrie and one of my archers up here. Nothing major, and I've got my cleric bringing up the rear there to do some healing. Let's move in and see how much damage we can do over here. So remember, the orcs get a minor boost to their stats as they clump up. These guys get a bonus to people that they're higher level than. Looks like the mushrooms are running down the middle. Actually, maybe I should back up and hold. No, I think we're okay. All right, let's move her up. So now that we're toe-to-toe with these orcs, you can just do a basic attack. Lots of stats there. Basically, the accuracy is my percent chance to hit, of course, and the yellow shading on the bar for John, who's the orc right in front of me. Surpriso is the orc behind him. I love the naming in these games. Is the amount of damage that person's going to take. Surpriso, I will hit from the side because he's made a point to look down here to the south where there's nothing to see. Alternatively, I can use my special abilities, which this probably looks super crazy to you guys. I'm going to use my Purgatory Palm, which will hit 3 characters. It could hit up to 5 in a cross section. So when I choose attack, you'll notice nothing happens. Instead, it logs the attack. And over here on the left, I can see attack entry. Oh, look, Nico, my fight mistress, she's got an attack queued. Now let's bring him up. And it doesn't execute until I choose from this map either end turn or execute. And the idea being you want to queue up attacks because each successive attack builds up a combo, which multiplies damage. I do have the music off. I apologize for that. All right, so his special abilities, I think we can reach past. That won't help us there. We'll just do one of these, and let's go ahead and hit that orc. All right, now here's where, okay, let's move him up, or excuse me, her, to hopefully soak up some damage, and then split these ranged units off here.
Huh?
All right, so gunners have a weird ability. They can only shoot in straight lines. They can't veer off to one side. They are rigidly bound by the grids. Archers don't have that drawback. And real quick, I'm going to do something here.
There.
So I'm putting them in this little diagonal configuration because I want to heal them up real quick. And my priestess can heal 2 spaces there, all right? Okay, let me hold on. Okay, so I'm just going to execute that healing real quick.
Leave it to me. I'll do my best. Time to get married.
Left Empty's asking a very good question about assessing damage. It's pretty much that blue bar and the yellow shaded part of it that I showed you. So I'll show you more of that as I queue up the attacks again. So I just moved them out of position to set up that diagonal healing. I'm now going to move my Valkyrie back. E, I don't know what that stands for. End, executed. That means she can't do an action anymore. She's done. These people, they got healed, and I could still freely move them around anywhere within their movement range from where they started, which is super awesome. I could move her up there to get them in position to receive double healing, and then move her back wherever I want. Until she's done an action, she can freely range around however she wants. All right, so I'm going to queue these up again. Special, and get Purgatory Palm set up. Oh, so there is, by the way, that's an idea of how much action they're receiving. Basically, you'll note June, the imp in the back, is going to take pretty much 2/3 of his hit points damage. Surpriso and John looks like they're going to take about 1/4 to 1/3 of their hit points worth of damage. How many hit points do they have? Well, you can see on mouse, it's giving me stats for Surpriso, the first guy in line there. He's got 1,300 hit points. So basically, my attack is going to do, 1/4 to 1/3 of that. So maybe around, 400 hit points, 350. And we'll see when the attacks trigger off. And this will, of course, be modified by combo modifications. So before we log in these attacks, let's now see. I'm going to tell one of the features that ranged units have. Oh, shoot, she's not close enough. Let's see, I can't. There, okay. So when a ranged unit attacks, or when a friendly unit attacks within range of one of these archers, the archers get attacks of opportunity. And you're going to see when I hit execute that all this crazy stuff is going to fire off simultaneously. And it's going to build up a combo modifier. Let's move him up there, her, excuse me. And then, all right, this impaler drop. So here's another minor thing you can see on the screen on the right. One of the things it tells me is ailment, and there's a little symbol. I know from this impaler drop it's going to hit 4 squares in front of me, and it's going to cause an ailment with that little lightning, and that just means stunning, where the characters can't move. So we're going to attack these 3 characters, and some of them might receive the stun ailment. And you can again see the little A. That means they have an attack or an action queued up. And the more powerful ones we want to save for the end to receive the higher combo modifier. So now we're going to set up their combo attacks. Actually, we'll do hers last. Let's go ahead and move that there. And so, okay, crazy stuff is about to happen. And by the way, you can skip all the crazy stuff you're about to see. I could see everybody's been given orders. My healer has healed. I could theoretically go ahead and bring 2 people out. At this point, I'm not that worried about it. If things were going poorly, if I needed to react to something. So I could change my orders freely. I could freely move people around. I'm not locked into anything until I hit execute, which I'm about to do, or end turn. And I might as well hit end turn because once everybody's executed, they can't move anymore. They can't do any more actions. I could execute things, see how they go, and then add more things. But I know this is all I'm going to do with my turn. So I'm going to end turn. Crazy things are going to happen. I'll try to narrate it as we go. And then the enemy gets to move.
Huh?
So every time there's a picture on the right, that means that character's getting a reaction. And it's not that character's primary attack. So what you're seeing now are just my ranged attacks. There's my Valkyrie. She's doing her attack. These are the ranged reaction attacks to the Valkyrie. There is my Fight Mistress's attack, and then my ranged archers are going to do their reactions to that. Oh, so it's pausing me, just telling me that somebody dinged up. I'd expect you guys to give me a nice grats there. Oh, that's her Phantom Palm, or whatever it was called. And I could skip all this animation if I want. Oh, so I pretty much cleared things out. Got a whole bunch of mushrooms coming in. The mushrooms do extra damage to women, which is not good news for that archer or that Valkyrie up there. The orcs get a little stat bonus for standing together. Thank you for the grad spaces for her. 324 points of damage. I know not to be too alarmed because my characters tend to have 1,000 or so points of health. So, see that little bonus that went up on the right? Whenever you play a map, the rewards you get are, of course, the experience points you earn for fighting things. Whoever kills a monster gets its experience points. After the map is over, 3 players are designated first, second, and third place MVPs, and they get experience point bonus. Furthermore, as you fight, you fill up this little bonus gauge on the right. And each time it fills up, over here on the left, you're working your way, climbing up to this grand reward. And the higher you get, you're unlocking this fine stuff. If I get this filled all the way up, and there are ways to finesse this, I'm going to unlock this Bewitched Axe, which is cool because I can see in that box that its rarity is its legendary. Richard Holt wants to know if this thing still has the, quote, item dungeon thing. Oh boy, does it. I think that's a facet of all Disgaeas. Yeah, the item dungeon thing is randomly generated, unlimited dungeons. To improve items. Each one of these items, you can go into it and fight inside of it and improve it. It's been there from the very first Disgaea. It gives you a better item, and it's a way to, level up your characters. All right, so I've cleared off the left. Let's go ahead, and this will be fairly, this is going to be over super quickly. Let's arrange some healing. So move her down here so that we can have our 2 damaged characters in these little diagonal aspect. We can move them around after we heal them. What am I doing? Why is that not working? There. Nope. Don't want to heal. Don't want to heal the other guy. Am I misreading one of these? Oh, I am misreading who's standing where. All right. Well, I could fix this easily enough. You are standing where I need someone else to be. Now you might think, good Lord, this is fussy. Well, you're not necessarily wrong. It is definitely... No, is that... Do I even have that right? Yeah, okay, I do have that right.
Get better! This is fun! I'll do my best.
You know what else was fussy? The original XCOM. All right, so they're healed. Let's see. These orcs are going to be pretty easy pickings. Let's put a non-chick in front of all these mushrooms, because the mushrooms, what is it? They do extra damage to women? They suppress women's stats. Don't know what sexist stuff is going on there, but it's okay, I can deal with it. Alright, so Kilia is a dude. Exploding Tiger attacks the first 3 characters in front of him, and it does the element there is ice. It does ice damage. Richard Holt says correctly, I don't know if you're being facetious, Richard Holt, I completely agree. It's not fussy, it's precise. Those are both different sides of the same coin, aren't they? But I agree. So you'll note it does ice damage. Let's have a look and see why that matters. So you can see Seth here. He's an imp. What I'm going to show you on the right-hand side of the screen where it says resistances, this will be true of all imps. Imps on the left column have 1 point of resistance to fire, 0 points of resistance to wind and ice, and negative 25 points of resistance to star. Stars are like the magical energy. So there's no special reason to attack them with ice, which is what Kilia's Exploding Tiger's attack will do. These guys, you will note, mushrooms, are resistant to ice. As you'd expect, they're vulnerable to fire. So if I was really worried about their, if this was a more difficult battle, I would pay attention to that, and I might not want to use the Exploding Tiger's ice damage against those mushrooms back there. But in this case, you'll note it's going to do about half damage to both of them, so I'm okay with that. Oh, I'm also going to do that for a reason. All right, let's now move real quick these ranged units around because I want to get that whole crazy triggering thing. All right, here's a gunner. Hanzo has a pistol. Pistols can only fire at absolute right angles. So you'll note when I give him orders, I can only go left and right. So he can only go straight up the middle. So let's go ahead and fire at one of these mushrooms. And then I'm going to give them attack orders, and they have a lot more leeway for firing off center. And all of these attacks are going to trigger reaction attacks from the friendly ranged units. So you'll note I've got 4 ranged units here, and they get these crazy cascading combos, and they build up the combo before the more powerful attacks come in, which is great. You get one of these little plinked range attacks that, bonus 1.1 for a combo, that's fine. You build that up to 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. You get enough of them going, you can double the damage. Then you call in the big, heavy, 1,000 points hit, and it goes crazy. All right, so we've got those ranged units stacked up. Now, let's go ahead and get this Valkyrie's ranged attack. She can easily... the Impaler drops, there's some better way to reach. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do the Impaler drop. Now, here's another thing you'll note. Impaler drop, it has a power of F+. Ignore that for the second. Each attack has experience points. You'll notice I've got 60 experience points built up for the Impaler drop. When it gets to 250, it's going to level up and go from level 9 to level 10. The higher the level, of course, the better it does. It's going to use 24 of my spell points. I've got 121 of them, so that's okay. I can basically do 5 Impaler drops in one battle if I want. As you level them up and as these things get more powerful and you have some control over that, the cost is, of course, a facet of what you control. All right, so we've got that set there. Where did Nico go? Oh, she's way over here. All right, that's fine. Let's set him up here to do the exploding tiger right down the middle. And then let's bring Nico in. She want to go up the side here. She'll flank this poor imp. And what can she do? There's really not a lot she needs to do. So you'll note this Phantom Blow attacks 3 people in front of me. I don't want to do this right now because, look, it's going to catch Killia in their friendly unit. I don't really need to do that. We'll just do a regular attack. All right, so everybody's got stuff queued up. Richard Holt says, can you still pick up your guys and form a giant stack of dudes and then drop them all? You can. There's this weird thing about lifting and throwing and building up towers, which I haven't really messed with a lot. But yeah, that's a facet of the gameplay. Is you create a tower of dudes. You stack them up on top of each other like a cheerleader pyramid. All right, everybody's got orders queued up. I'm going to just execute them. Here comes some support attacks. You'll see on the bottom right the combo. 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7. All these reaction attacks building up that combo. So by the time we get to our powerful attacks, look at that. We're doing double damage. Yeah, that was 2.1 damage. So that damage estimate we saw before, we're doubling. An agility shard, somebody can use it to increase his or her agility. Look at this total damage racking up over here. All right, guess what we're about to do? Get a legendary Bewitched Axe by climbing all the way up this bonus gauge. Tom MC says, yeah, Disgaea 2 recently released on Steam. He says the Disgaea talk confused me a little. I like the series, but didn't follow this new one. So I haven't looked at Disgaea 2 for a couple of reasons. One of which is I think the more recent ones obsolete the earlier ones. Don't quote me on that. Pony Carnival noted nerd glasses. So there's some really cute theming with different bits of equipment. Glasses. And I'm sure it just looks like number soup to you guys at this point. If I look over at the stats on the right, glasses improve a unit's intelligence, but more importantly, its hit ability. And your hit ability is basically is how effective you are with ranged units, with ranged equipment, bows and guns. So units that use bows and guns to fight, if you equip them with glasses, they fight better. So you'll note here, and the way this works is if I want to know how good a unit is, sorry, I promised I wouldn't show you guys a bunch of number stuff, but I'm going to do it anyway. I can't help it. Let's look at one of my ranged units. Let's see, Katniss is my main one. Katniss is an archer, where it says class shooter. A shooter is just an advanced archer. If you see her stats over there on the right, you'll notice you go down, you can see the stats are in the hundreds. If you look at her highest stat, oh look, she's got 660 points of hit. That's what I need to look at to show she's really good at fighting with ranged weapons. Do I care what bow she has, what equipment she has? Is that somehow something that I need to see to also see how good she is at fighting? Not necessarily, because that equipment simply specifies, it determines what her hit stat is. Her hit stat of 660 isn't inherent. It's not innate. She doesn't have that because she's a shooter. Because she's a shooter, she gets a certain hit stat. And it's higher than other characters' hit stats. But more importantly, if I look at her stats, I see that she's got a Venom Fang bow, and she's got 3 sets of binoculars. It's a little silly. They're all hanging around her neck, right? Yeah, Katniss is an archer. Okay, I did give her that name. Shut up. Her hit stat of 660 is largely determined not necessarily by her being a shooter, but by the fact that she has this Venom Fang bow and she's carrying 3 pairs of binoculars. So how do I know that stuff? Well, that's that's part of, I can't go in, can I go into this screen? Yeah. That's where when I'm kitting out my characters with equipment, that's one of the things I want to look at, is to get her hit stat up. The better she is with bows, the more of a benefit she gets from a bow's hit stat. The more benefit she gets from binoculars. Like all this stuff goes in to this bottom line, which is the fact that her hit of 660 makes her really good at ranged attacks. If I give Killia, for instance, I think he can attack with... yeah, he's got a gun as his secondary weapon. You'll note his hit stat, it's only 272. He's not super good at ranged attacks. Similarly, if I look at these mushrooms, 407, that's actually nothing to sneeze at. So yeah, Katniss is an archer, and one of the things I know from that, and one of the things that makes her an archer, is that hit stat. Richard Holt says, does using 3 pairs of binoculars at once really work? It seems impractical. It's like other games where, like a helmet might help you. And this is a JRPG thing, so just carry around 3 helmets. Every character can carry one main weapon. You can carry 2 weapons, and you can swap which one is equipped at any given time, but then you have 3 slots for what's called armor. It's basically secondary equipment. And the fact that they're pony carnivals like nerd glasses, what are those? It's all part of the theming. Things that help your optics tend to go into your intelligence. Things that give you, or they tend to go into your hit ability. Things that give you like a shield or a suit of armor, that helps your defense. All right, oh my god, there's me explaining numbers again. Sorry about that. So all this is to say, I'm doing well enough on this map that I'm about to earn a Bewitched Axe, which is legendary. And what's cool about it, if I look over there at the stats, you'll see that column of stats next to the axe. That mirrors the column of stats that a character has. So any character who equips an axe is going to get 300 extra points to his attack ability. That's awesome. Now, one of the unique things about axes, they depress your hit. That makes it harder to do ranged attacks. They also depress your speed. And your speed is your damage evasion ability, right? The faster you are, the less likely it is something is going to hit you. The lower something's accuracy is. So that's damage evasion. Damage mitigation, what reduces the damage, is a stat called defense. An axe doesn't affect your defense at all. So an axe makes you slower, easier to hit, but it makes you hit a lot harder. This Bewitched Axe is awesome. I want that. All right, oh my god, where were we? Okay, another thing you'll note, Nico, who I gave her orders, right? Why is she still lit up, but everyone else is grayed out and has an E over their head? They've done an attack. First of all, anybody who's shaded can't move anymore. Anybody who is not shaded still can move around. They haven't moved yet. Anybody who is unshaded and doesn't have an E over his or her head can still act. What happened with Nico? Well, if you recall, I gave her orders to just attack that imp that was in front of her. By the time it came around to her, the imp was gone. She didn't execute her orders. So she can still move. So guess what we're going to do? Oh, shoot. So you'll note, wait a minute, why can't she move up here? Well, the game remembers that she started back here. Her movement is basically just a range of tiles from where she started. So the game remembers this turn, she can't move up there. So there's not a lot she can do. Oh, you'll note, by the way, I can undo that movement. Since she didn't contribute to that crazy cascading series of attacks, I can still move her wherever I want. So we are going to go ahead and just pull her back here. And we're just going to end the turn. We've just got 2 more mushrooms to kill on this map. And those mushrooms did pretty much bupkis. Oh, they're still going. So Eringi is the name of their, I think, their planet. Oh my god, I'm going to start telling you guys about Disgaea lore. I can't help it. So again, this is a basic story mission. I'm super out-leveled over it, but I'm getting cool stuff from it. Now you'll note they did hit Killia pretty hard. He's down to 500 out of 1,700 hit points. I'm not that concerned because I think I'm going to take him out this round. I'll go ahead and do my Tiger... What is it? Tiger Rush? What is that thing called? Exploding Tiger. But I want to save that for the end once we've stacked up our combos. So let's give everyone's ranged attacks going here. And these are just the default attacks I'm giving them. They also have special moves they can use. Like all of these, oops, all of these special moves I can use for them. Do I want to do any of these? Actually, this is a fun one. I don't know that I can reach. Yeah. So once you give them a special attack, which tends to be ways to attack multiple people, they're not going to contribute their reaction attacks, which is used to build up combos. So actually, I'm not going to do that. We're just going to give them default attacks. And I'm just spreading the default attacks around. My healing chick doesn't really need it. Let's go ahead and just have her heal Killia, just in case. And also, you'll note, by the way, using these special abilities is helpful because, look, it levels them up. You will see I have gotten a lot of use out of my main priestess's healing ability. So actually, for that reason, let's just have her use something else. She'll put a shield on him. All right, and then she can come up here.
Die!
We'll just have her do her basic attack. Oh, her attack, by the way, has an extra. Most people can just attack their adjacent points. You can sort of see at the bottom. Well, good lord, here's me showing you guys numbers. See in the little box right underneath, it's sort of the center there, you can see her stats, attack, defense, intelligence. Over on the right, it says move, jump, range, throw, counter, critical. Those are all important facets of what she can do, which are mirrored, by the way, in the box on the very bottom. You can see it has a shoe, a 6, a wing, 25, a gun, 2, a hand, 5, a bendy arrow, 5, an explosion, 24%. Those are these numbers in the very center of the screen. Her movement, her jumping ability, her range, her throwing range, her countering ability, and her critical hit percentage. Her attack range is 2. Even though she has, this is goofy, a massager equipped. Like I said, it's goofy. That's a brawling weapon. It's basically a hand-to-hand weapon. She's got a massager equipped, which is normally melee. It just attacks adjacent things. But she's got special abilities where she can attack with a range of 2. So because her attack is a range of 2, she can either hit the guy in front of her or the guy diagonal to her, which counts as 1 tile, 2 tiles over. Whereas you'll note Killia, who also has equipped... Oh, no, he has a sword equipped. And you'll note his range, though, is 1. He can only attack what's in front of him, but when he does this special exploding tiger attack, he can attack everyone. All right, this is probably going to be the last round here. Everybody's got stuff queued up. I'm probably going to kill all these mushrooms.
Huh? Bang! Bang!
Huh? Thanks,
Crazy
everyone.
reaction, 1.6, 1.7, and you can see on the left that attack entry. It's scrolling down. Those are the queued up attacks as they're being executed.
Get better!
Thank you.
Die!
All right, that was it. So there you go. There was a story battle. I unlocked all the stuff in the bonus list, which is awesome. I get a Bewitched Axe. At the very bottom, you'll see I got 51,926 HLs. What's an HL? The unit of currency in this game is called a hell. So I received hells. That little artwork on the right, these things are, I mean, it's a little, you might think it's a little too precious, but I'm certainly enjoying it. So those were, that varies after each battle. It's just a cute little vignette using the characters representing, hey, here's what happened after the battle. And there's a debriefing. I won't bore you with who is what, but those are the different characters doing different cute things in the debriefing. And that changes a lot. So now let's see who is MVP, because MVP gives everyone an experience, gives the 3 people who won MVP an experience point boost.
You okay?
Killia, Nico, and Anya. I didn't even bring her in the... Oh, no, right. She was one of my archers, of course, right. I have a ice mage called something like Aya or something. So I'm constantly confusing the two of them. I'm sure it hurts their feelings. So there's bonus experience points for our first, second, and third MVPs. Now, you take prisoners in this game. I don't know if this is in 4. It's certainly new from the last Disgaea I played. You can do attacks called captures, and sometimes people surrender after a battle. So we're all surrendered. I want you to remember that. Skip the demo is where, I don't know why they call it a demo. This is basically the cutscene. Now, perhaps to your chagrin, I will not be skipping cutscenes because I enjoy them. I will also not be interrupting the dialogue. So stand by for a taste of what kind of cutscenes you get in Disgaea 5.
Kilia,
What happened? Are you out of curry?
I would like to eat some curry, but I'm more worried about you.
For a child to worry about me, I have failed as an adult.
Yeah, I enjoy this, and I'm not ashamed.
When it
Shut
comes
up.
to worrying about the person who saved your life, it doesn't matter who's a child or an adult, Plip.
You're right. I'm sorry for treating you like a kid.
Kilia, you're still dwelling on your history with Goldion.
Yep, I know what all this means.
You're right. But what's that got to do with you?
I'm the same way. Why do we constantly drag our past behind us?
That's not a question I can answer.
I just think Killy was annoying.
But I can say this. I'm only still alive because I have been dragging my
Like
past
he was a
behind
super
me.
annoying emo
If I can defeat Void Dark,
JRPG kid.
then
But I like him now.
You're only still alive because you've been dragging your past along.
And yeah, he does
I'm
need
the
to pull his
same,
pants up.
Plip. If not for the sake of getting revenge for my parents, I would probably have died from despair by now. Can revenge be the only reason for someone to live? I'm not so sure about that.
I'm not so sure I should be
Void Dark
talking
is the
to a
main bad
child
guy,
about
Richard
this.
Holt.
Ah! You're treating me like a child again, Plip!
Yeah, I have not skipped one of these cutscenes. I don't know what to tell you about that. What? Okay, I thought it was cutting you guys off for some reason. It looked like there was something it didn't want you to see. So this was a story mission. The story missions are kind of divided into chapters. Plip is different characters have kind of little terms of endearment. Like Prinnies, who are the penguins in this game, when Prinnies talk, they address the person to whom they're speaking as Dude, D-O-O-D. So Usalia, I can't believe I'm going to tell you guys Disgaea lore. You know what? Screw it. You're here to watch a Disgaea stream. I'm going to tell you Disgaea lore. So Disgaea takes place in the underworld. It's in hell, right? A lot of these characters are demons, and they're demon overlords of their own territories, their own netherworlds, right? And Void Dark has been conquering all these netherworlds. He's the big baddie. So you are leading a rebel army of people whose netherworlds have been conquered. They're uniting under you, and a lot of them have different reasons for wanting revenge against Void Dark. So Usalia, that little kid who you just saw, her netherworld, she was the overlord demon of a netherworld called, and I'm not making this up, Toto Bunny. Yep. The realm of Toto Bunny. Usalia was the demon overlord of that. And her parents were killed. I guess that would actually make her the princess of Toto Bunny. Anyway, once they were killed, she's the overlord of Toto Bunny. So she is now joining with Kilia to get revenge on Void Dark because her parents were killed and her realm was taken over. So Prinnies have been a fixture of the realm, the demon, the underworld that you play in Disgaea throughout all the games. And when Prinnies talk to somebody, they affix the term dude whenever they say something. They say, blah, 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 dude. So in her underworld, in Toto Bunny, the Prinnies are these little Frankenstein stitched together undead penguins who are much abused. They work for sardines as their wages. In Toto Bunny, for whatever reason, the Prinnies are yellow, and they use they address people with the term plip. I don't know what that means. But instead of saying, hey, blah, 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 dude, they say, hey, blah, 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 plip. I don't know. That's in there, and I know this. that is taking up space in my brain that I could be used to remember something like, oh, the name of the Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos. Chris Markinson suggests that Yakety Sax should be the best. I don't need to read these comments out loud. You guys can see them on the stream. All right, so the game is divided into chapters or episodes. Each episode has a series of stages which have kind of a visual theming. I'm in the lava episode here, and I just fought on flaming balance beam. Oh, which makes sense. It's a balance beam. It's a straight, long line. I can go back in there, by the way, and grind that mission over and over and over again if I want. I can play it over and over again as many times as I want. And now when I choose it, I can see the map. I played Bloody Quicksand a minute ago. That's the last one I played. The next one coming up, Furious Heatwave. Wait, where's the map? I don't know. I haven't played it. I won't know until I play it. Oh, what is that bonus rank on the right? So what this is telling me, the one-time bonus, that, for instance here, that legendary, what was it called? Bewitched Axe that I earned, I've already obtained that. You can't grind the legendary bonus. That's a one-time thing. I don't know what defeated 12 means, but I've cleared it once. Bonus rank, I don't know what some of those numbers mean. At any rate, I haven't defeated this one yet. I haven't even played it. I don't even know what the map is. You'll note, see at the bottom, current netherworld effect decreases accuracy by 20. In different netherworlds, there are different kind of global effects. This, and I know from playing that accuracy decrease, is because sometimes in this netherworld there are sandstorms. So sandstorms here decrease your accuracy. There's no sandstorm on flaming balance beam. When I go into Furious Heatwave, look at that. There's going to be a sandstorm. It's just warning me. And that's global. It applies to everyone. And I just unlocked something in Disgaea 5 that can override that, which is really cool. I don't know if you guys will get to see it. All right, so I finished a mission. I could just go on to the next one. But I'm not going to because there's stuff I want to do and stuff I want to show you guys. All right, I'm about to back out of this mission selection. Don't panic. This is going to look a little freaky. Stand by. Here we go. We're going into my pocket netherworld because I'm leading a rebel army of people of disaffected refugees. Yep, refugees. Take that, 2017, because I'm dealing with a bunch of refugees from netherworlds that have been overrun by Void Dark. We all work out of a pocket netherworld. So here we go. Let's go visit my pocket netherworld. Oh, whoops. Yeah, here are all the netherworlds that I've played through. And like I said, I can go back. Here's the toxic purple oceans netherworld. I can go back and play through any of these. All right, so here are all of them. So that means I'm on chapter, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm in episode 7 of this game. It's Netherworld Sandkano. All right, here we go. Now let's go to my pocket netherworld. Stand by. Whoa, I have never seen that before. All right. Oh my God, what the heck is going on, right? Oh no, what is he doing? What is this? Why are these two characters moving around? What are those little music? Oh my God, what is that exclamation point? Does he have a question? What is down here? What is this? Why are there penguins everywhere? What is that news crawl at the top? Why do every now and then stat? What is that exclamation point? Oh, what is this? Blah! Right? Disgaea doesn't start this way. Disgaea starts very simply. What you're looking at is what happens after, I don't even know. I mean, literally dozens of hours of play. You start off just in this little lounge over here, and there's pretty much nothing else. This is my pocket netherworld after many, many hours of play. These printies are citizens. Well, whatever. Anyway, they're just kind of atmosphere. You can turn them off because I actually did something to invoke them, and they get in the way, but I kind of like it. So every time I bump into it, it gives the stats of the printy as well as the name. Like, look, there's Waldo. I found Waldo. There he is. Chin. I found Chin. Achilles. A printy named Achilles. So Richard Holt says he didn't think it can get any worse than please visit my pocket netherworld. You can put your netherworlds online. Other people, you can customize this, by the way. I can completely, this is the default netherworld. Don't make me do this, but I could, actually, where is it?
I'll do it.
I could go in here to the netherworld editor and then load up a completely different netherworld. I could make my own. I'm not going to do that. That's strictly cosmetic, but that's what I just unlocked. Oh, okay. Those are the gifts. Okay, it wants me to open these gifts. Let's see what I got. Spirit Muscle received from RQ Advertisement Manager. I have never seen that message before. I know what Spirit Muscle is. That's an item you equip to give you extra attack points. I don't know what received from RQ Advertisement Manager is. Holy cats. I don't. Kimchi is a healing item. You eat it to. Light Partisan looks like a bow. I've never seen one of those before. I'm gonna have to check that out. I don't know what RQ Advertisement Manager is. Unless that's someone else's account, because I just unlocked with this Netherworld editor all the networking features, and you can send gifts to your friends. I don't recall anyone on my friends list named RQ Advertisement Manager. Is it a DLC thing? Yeah, I don't know. Chris Markinson wants to know, I'm gone next week for, I'm out of town next week. I don't think I'll be taking any games with me. Certainly nothing streamable. All right, so all this is my pocket netherworld. Everybody who has one of those symbols over his or her head, that's an NPC, basically a vendor, a quest giver, someone who you can interact with that facet of gameplay. This character I'm moving around, and I also chose this. Normally, Kilia, the main character, is the guy you move around. She's got a follower. This is Seraphina. She's one of the main characters. And the person in tow is, you can have party members in tow. You could lead a whole parade of people around if you want, is her maid. That's literally that character's class. It's a character in my party named Lolita. Her class is maid. Her special ability is she can use more consumable items than the average character. Normally a character can use an item and that's their turn, they're done. Maids can use multiple items. That's their ability, is they're basically item dispensers during a quest. And they have guns, they can shoot guns. So I just decided it would be cute. So whatever. I chose this, to have Seraphina running around having her maid tag along behind her. I'm going to show you guys. So there are cutscenes, which you just saw. There are also skits in this game. These are called skits. This exclamation point, not a quest, to skit. I'm going to show you a skit. No voice acting in skits, by the way. You have to listen to it in your head. So listen to this in your head. I'm not going to read it out loud. Do your own voice acting. So this is Christo. That's Sali in the middle, who was the overlord of Toto Bunny. Zerokin, the kid on the right, he's the sort of stereotypical JRPG, mysterious kid with fighter powers. He's the annoying one. On the left is Christo. He's got some sort of mysterious background, who is a sort of scientist tactician. Everyone picks on Zerokin. So I didn't point this out. I should have explained this before. Usalia has had a curse placed on her when you first meet her, where she can turn into a terrible beast, like a werewolf. But she's actually a were-bunny, and I'm not making that up. Of course I'm not making that up. That's not surprising to hear in a JRPG. And look, she's calling him Plip. All right, that was a skit. By the way, there's an achievement for viewing, I think it's like 30 skits, and I do have that achievement. And I'm going to make no bones about the fact that I thought that was cute. All right, what am I doing here? Why did I want to back out of here instead of just going into the next mission? A couple of reasons. I didn't take much damage there. When somebody gets killed, quote unquote, in a mission, you have to come to the hospital and revive them. I think I took hardly any damage. Also, what you heal are your spell points. Like, for instance, you'll note Kilia took a lot of damage, and he used some of his spell points. If you recall, Roxy had that impalement ability, which took up a certain number of her spell points. Those don't regenerate. You pay to get them back. So this is kind of a money sink. And what I am seeing in that box on the right, that is the global total of hit points I have healed since I've been playing, spell points I've healed, and the number of times I've had to revive someone who got killed. And the reason it tracks that is because as those numbers bank, as I build those numbers up and accumulate those values, I'm unlocking one-time gifts. So, just for instance, these are. So once we don't know what I'm going to accumulate. When I revive, hit 170 revives, I'm going to get the next consumable up from Frog Sweat. It will be awesome. And then when I finally get all the way down here and heal up, 3.5 million hit points, 500,000 spell points, 300 revives, I'm going to unlock something awesome. It's basically hey, you're getting your butt kicked. Here's a consolation prize. So this is a very minor money sink. You'll see in the upper right-hand corner, I've got 400,000 hell. I'm not hurting for money. I'm actually saving it. If I can go through and individually heal people. There's no reason to not just hit the square button and heal everyone up, which I just did. All the way down the list. Nobody requires any healing. So you might want to do that between missions. Furthermore, let me show you this. Research.
What?
So it's called research, but it's more like the flavor for it is exploration. Left Empty, I'm not a fan of anime, really. So these are netherworlds that I'm exploring. And when you explore, you choose a netherworld. You want to explore the ones that you still have a percentage left to explore. And you send a party. You'll see I have 0 out of 5 expedition ships left. I've sent all my ships out. You send a party of up to 10 of your characters off to, over time, explore that netherworld. And it even builds up a little log. Let me see. Can I show you guys a log? Here's a log of the events that this expedition underwent, and each day represents a battle I fought. Passing time is doing a battle, whether it's a story mission or something you're doing to grind. So these are all little things that happened. And you might think they're flavor. They are partly, but things happen. Like this hammerhead I picked up. That's going to be something that the expedition brings back to me. It's an inventory item. This Prinny I defeated during this ambush, my expedition members got XP for that. This netherworld map, that's going to be a netherworld I unlocked and can go to after they come back. I took a prisoner, a Prinny god. You'll note that someone surrendered to me earlier. That's another reason I'm backing out here. Oh, that's an item I found. So all these events are going to tally up what rewards I get when the expedition comes back. And in addition to that, I will have leveled up some of my characters. So that's what I was going to show you before. I have a party of 10, I can look at them here, 10 orcs. Look at all these orcs. And I just send them off on their own expedition. When they come back, I can use them on a mission because they get a bonus when they cluster together. I think I started them at level 10, and just through sending them on expeditions, I've done some grinding missions with them. They're up to level 30 some odd points. All right, so let's see. The reason that I care about also coming out here, I have prisoners. Let's interrogate them. Ooh, gift. A mascot costume. I don't think I've seen that before.
This is it.
Here are my prisoners. There's only 4 of them. You'll note Rawl surrendered. Where did the other 2 come from? I forgot. What do you do with these prisoners? So the prisoners, their will is how far they are from breaking is their spell points. I have a cat joining here. So to break their will, I have to interrogate them because I want their will to be 0, at which point I can use them. And to interrogate them, you assign to interrogation. There is Katniss, my archer. I can choose different approaches to interrogation, but her special ability is to use them for target practice. And you can do 5 different interrogations between each mission. I'm just going to use them for target practice 5 times. There I'm knocking their spell points down.
Is this good?
I've unlocked the ability to interrogate more than 1 prisoner at a time.
Is this
I'm
good?
just going to burn all these. Let's see. Am I going to get them down to 0? I think I did. No, shoot. Just a few points left. All right, I didn't quite get them to 0. Now, you might think, oh my gosh, you're interrogating prisoners. That's terrible. Because not everything is as innocuous as target practice. Although one of the guys he tickles, that's his special interrogation. Richard Holt says it's a violation of the Geneva Convention. A lot of these options, most of them, will have at the very bottom, read explanation. It's like the help screen. Let me show you guys something. If I want to know about interrogation, look at the different entries. First of all, these are the different commands. Interrogate, solicit, make citizen. It's going to explain to me what each of those does. I can just skip that. Look at this bottom one. Is this really okay? Because that might be what you're wondering if you think this is a violation of the Geneva Convention. Let's read the help screen on this. There you go. It's really okay. The help screen says so. All right, so I want to do that because those 5 interrogation options, they don't store up between missions. Have you guys seen this? So recruiters, or I can, this strategy assembly, it was called the Senate in the other Disgaea games I played. You can call a Senate together. Oh, come here, cat. All right, okay, I know. All right, this stream now includes the participation of a cat who, all right, is sitting in my lap. All right, if I go in here, good lord, I need to show you. Okay, I pick a character. Mana is basically like karma. Mana is a terrible word for it because we know what mana is from other JRPGs and RPGs. But in this game, it's a character's unique karma. They can use it for a number of things, but one of the things they can use it for is to basically propose bills. So my priestess, I'm actually saving this up for something else, but she's got a lot of this mana stored up. So if I go in here, all of these things are different bills I can propose. And you'll see that success rate at the top. That's how likely the different senators are. And you go into a separate screen, it shows the senators are, to pass the bill. And you can go in there and there are inventory items you can give the senators to bribe them. So all of these things, and look how expensive some of these are. Look at that. If I save up 50,000 mana, oh, good lord, yeah, that's just for a trophy. Ugh, how ridiculous is that? But you know what? It's a trophy. Mana change turns. I don't even know what that means. 10,000. Multiply the explosive range of allies. All right. So these are different things like, oh, look at this. Hog all XP. So it takes a minimal amount of mana. But what it does is that unit steals all the experience points earned on the next map. If I really want to level her up, I go in the Senate, I pass this, and then all the experience points that everybody earns, they go to her. So that's a facet that's been in the Disgaeas all along, I believe. It was previously called the Senate. I wish it was still called that because there's senators in there, but now it's called the Strategy Assembly. And you go through and you talk to each senator. You can give them stuff. You find out what things they like. Look at the items. There's a whole category over here for stuff that you bribe senators with. Speakers, chloroform. Put that senator to sleep. You see at the bottom. Hard liquor. What else is there? Medicine. Bombs. Oh, angel cake. Look how rare that is. So those are things you give to senators. All right. Oh my God. Why aren't I playing this game instead of just showing you guys stuff? Oh, and I finished a quest. All right. Oh, cat, hold on. Cat, I need my hand for this. All right. Do you guys have cats where, like, if the cat is in your lap, it demands that at least one of your hands is occupied with petting it? All right, let's see. I killed 7 targets higher than level 16, and I'm going to earn an item called an energy belt. All right, okay, that's done. I'm not even going to fill up. You can have 10 quests at a time. So quests are... Cat, I need my hand for the controller. It takes 2 hands. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and... No, there we go. All right, finally, before we do a mission, let me real quick, let's look at some of these items that I got. So here are the categories. Here is all. And options to sort these are kind of limited in the context of a list. So fortunately, you can break them down. Here are all the hand-to-hand weapons I got. Let's go look at that legendary axe. All right, so let's sort by rarity. Bewitched axe. All right, so that I earned. So yeah, right. It adds 323 points to the attack. So Red Magnus. Yeah, that's right. I know these names. I didn't name him that. He's a story-based character. I've actually named very few of these characters. What I've done is there's a... Oh yeah, Aya is my ice mage. Anya is one of my 3 archer chicks. See, that's confusing. When you recruit a character, you can just cycle through suggested names. And I actually quite like a lot of these. And since there's so many characters, I've got 68 characters going here. Yeah, so I didn't come up with it. Look, Slamma Jamma. I didn't come up with that. It was suggested, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll take it. Anyway, Red Magnus, I didn't name him. He's a story-based character. He uses an axe. And you'll see his stats, 732 is his attack, and axes help attack ability. Let's look at his axe. Currently, he has a bewitched axe. It's legendary. Oh, I've got 2 of these. Yeah, so if I were to equip the one in my bag, it would actually lower his attack by 23 points. So he's already got the best legendary axe he can carry. How did I get 2 of those? All right, I'm not complaining. I'm going to real quick tab through my other characters. Let's see, I know I have another fighter who uses axes. Zero can use axes? No, I'm just going to come with me while I tab through them. His name is Ricky. I have a fighter named Ricky that I captured. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Ricky, fighter, uses a crescent axe. You will note his axe, you can see on the right, only gives him 215 points of attack. Well, that bewitched axe, it's going to lower his hit points slightly, but give him more attack ability. So we're going to equip that. What else did I earn? Oh, the mascot costume. What does that do? Oh, a good, nice defense. Let's see. Is anybody... You know what? I'll do this on my own time. All right, so that's the inventory management in this is insane. And I mean that in a good way. All right, so let me show you this. See the item world. Richard Holt was asking about this. I'm not going to do it necessarily this time. The item world... Look, well, let's go to the infinite grind of the galactic item world. Disgaea is not ashamed about its infinite grinding. Oh, I received a prize. Why did I not get this before? Diver 10. That's very helpful for things that I will show you later. So if I go to the item world, here's a list of all those items I was just showing you. Like, let's look at that bewitched axe I just had that I gave to Ricky. Oh, actually, is it going to show? I don't think it'll show because Ricky is equipping it. Yeah, you can't go into things that are equipped. But I know I unequipped this crescent axe that Ricky had. So you'll note Crescent Axe World, Floor 1. What? I have not gone into this Crescent Axe. It's a dungeon. Each inventory item is a freaking dungeon. The average level of residence here is level 27. As you go through floors, you increase the stats of this item. So if you get a really good item, and you do, you can go through that item and explore it and unlock stuff and customize it and configure it and staff it with characters who give it more stats. And it's randomly generated, so this is literally infinite. It's not like, oh, there's 1,000 combinations. No, literally infinite. We're not going to do that now. Item assembly, it's another Senate, specifically for the item dungeons. All right, I'm not going to do that now just to show you that's infinite. What I am going to show you, after I take a brief break, is the board game that is inside of Disgaea 5. Yep, I only unlocked it a couple of missions ago. Pretty insane, but stand by. I have to take a quick break, and then I will show you guys that. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, so there's the infinite grind. And by the way, I should point out, I mentioned before that the story missions, I'm kind of ahead of the power curve, and so they're relatively simple. You saw how easy that last story mission was for me. The risk reward in this game, the calculus of pushing that risk reward formula, that is in the item world.
Shall we go?
Because different items have different levels of inhabitants. I know that right now my highest level character is, I think, 33. I can look for more difficult item worlds to challenge myself. Even if I don't care about upgrading that frog sweat, which would be kind of silly, because frog sweat is a consumable that I can see heals up 3,785 hit points, 750 spell points. It's basically a panic button before someone's going to die. So I guess I could level it up if I wanted it to be even more powerful, but it's a one-off, right? So why would I do that? Well, one reason I might do it is because I want to push the risk-reward calculus and level up more effectively by fighting things that are level 34. Just get higher than that. So basically I'm... Oh, look at there. There's a 40. Yikes. Oh, did I see a 49? I guess not. At any rate, so here's where you can make things as tough as you want them to be. It's one of the places you can do that. All right, so let me show you the board game. Here's something I just unlocked called the, I don't know, Chara world. It's short for character, I presume. It's the character world. And here's the Chara world, or Jeffrey is in charge of this. So this is a little board game inside of Disgaea 5. And it's only a board game in the most basic sense of the term. It's a roll and move game, and I tend to think that that's a game paradigm that has been obsolete for almost 100 years. You know, I think Monopoly gave us that. Monopoly is a terrible game. I have run into very few non-horrible roll and move board games. So here's an example of a possibly horrible roll and move board game. So we go into the character world, and each character, it's training, can spend mana. And remember, mana is like your store of your personal karma. Oh, Formula D, is that a roll and move board game, Richard Holt? I know I always forget. Jeff and Carla Horger are their names? Shoot, I forget. Anyway, there's a couple who makes some racing games. They started with Thunder Alley. They've done a Formula One version. They just announced on GMT they're doing an apocalyptic combat version. But they're, instead of roll and move, they're play a card and move. Really cool race games. Backgammon, roll and move. Yeah, I guess it kind of is, isn't it? Frankly, I would not. I'd rather play backgammon than Monopoly, so I'll give you that. Oh, Richard Holtz is saying the dice represent different car gears. Oh. I kind of like that. Coldcept, by the way, it combines deck building and roll and move dynamics. I kind of like Coldcept. So what you're about to see is a roll and move game that you'll note your mana is your store of personal karma. You build it up by fighting and doing things. Fighting and doing things. What is the doing things? I guess also sometimes, like for instance, a healer isn't fighting. A character who buffs people isn't fighting. You build up your mana by basically playing the game with that character. You'll see I've used Anastasia a lot, but I'm saving up her mana. So the first time you train a character, it only costs 100 mana. The second time, it costs 1,000. I'm assuming the time after that, it costs more. Each training is going to give you some super special... Oh, Chris Markinson, you're so quick with this. Thank you. This is my review of Thunder Alley. Each time you train someone, you're going to give them a special, cool, awesome bonus. The more powerful ones, based on how many times you've trained. So the first time, it only takes 100 mana. There's no reason to not train a character you're going to use. And so here's the characters that have been using heavily. So they've all trained once. So if I want to train them again, I'm going to have to spend 1,000 mana. These guys haven't trained yet. Let's go ahead and train my healer. I am saving her. What am I saving all that for? I think there's a really cool evility I want for her. Let's go ahead and train my archer, my main one, Katniss. And okay, fine, I did choose that name. Shut up. I spelled it with a K, so it's not from Hunger Games. All right, so let's train Katniss by basically playing a board game. The difficulty level you can set here. It starts at level 24 because this feature doesn't even unlock until you get a character to around that level, right? If I want to scooch up a level, and you'll note there's 4 levels, look what it does to the difficulty level. 120? What? And there's still 2 more. That right there is an indication of the absurd, gratuitously delicious open-endedness of a Disgaea. It's going to be forever before I can put her through a training session against 120 characters. That's insane. So anyway, we're just here. That's all we can do at this point. Let's go up against level 24, and here we are doing the Chara world, or Chara world, or character world. Look! Just go to view real quick. What on earth? I'll zoom in a little bit so you can get a sense for... What? Huh? What are these? All right, well, here's the goal we want to reach. If we reach this goal, and it is an if, we are going to get to choose from some awesome bonuses. We only get one. There's about 10 of them. Pretty much all 10 of them you want. But we have to get to this goal first. All right, so how do we get there? Well, and this also you can change to the isometric view or the straight-on view. Again, moving the D-pad when the view is turned diagonal like that just doesn't work for me. So, Richard Holt says it looks like the Final Fantasy X sphere grid. I'm not entirely sure I know what that is. Is that with the jobs? But if the sphere grid is the thing, I mean, it does look like in a way like a sort of unlockable thing, but it's not. It's roll and move. I'm going to roll a number and move a certain number of spaces. Like I think of Gremlins Inc. You'll note some of the spaces have defenders on them who are around level 24, as per the warning. You know, Celine is a red mage. She's level 28. She's blocking that path. So what I need to do is just get to the goal. And along the way, things can happen to me which might have a permanent effect on my character. Minor, but permanent. So I need to basically veer over here to the right and go through there. So let's roll. The first thing, all you can do, I can look around at the different spaces. Oh, what are they? I can furthermore use items. There's a whole category of items that you use in this Chara World game. If you've played Coldcept, you kind of know what these are. Richard Holt says, no, Final Fantasy X is Jobs. Oh, no, Jobs is X. You're thinking of X2. The sphere grid was the character advancement system. Okay. Haha, Richard Holt plays JRPGs. I have no room to talk. So if you've played Coldcept, you know what kind of things there are here. They let you manipulate the die roll, for instance. They let you change the tiles. But now I'm just going to, when you move, look, it's a 1 to 6. I basically rolled the D6. All I can do right now is move 3 spaces. In the upper right-hand corner, it's telling me I've got 30 spaces to the goal, if I want to go the shortest path. On the left-hand corner, it says I've got 20 turns. If I don't get there in 20 turns, I lose. I have to do it again. I have to pay another 100 mana and do it again. So moving 3 spaces, I don't have a lot of options. I could just, and you'll note that arrow when I get to a fork in the path, it points which way towards the goal. You can go any direction you want, by the way. Can I back up? Oh, shoot. Did I use... Oh, okay, so you can back up. Oh, wow, that's very handy. All right, so I ended up on a blue tile. A blue tile is... Actually, what's the difference between a blue and a green tile? I'm not sure. So this being a board game, it has the conceit of a card game in that when something happens, it's got that big square of artwork up there. And that, all I'm looking at there, I know that's a maid character eating, having tea and chocolate and cookies. What does that mean? I don't know. She's giving me a present. What is the present? Action booster. It's an item I can use. And that's now in my inventory. Let me check something. I want to look at what the different tiles are. No, that's not it. Using Chara World. Event panels. Alright, the event panels trigger certain events. Right, we know that. The goal, fixed warp, we know that. Right, equipment, ability, and camera, damage, right. No, what are the blue, green, and white ones? Right, we know that. Random event, blue. So blue is a positive event. Red, of course, is a negative event. Oh, you would think green. So green is either way. All right, that's what I didn't know. Oh, shoot, I meant to look up what's white. Oh, well, I think white is any old thing. All right, never mind. All right, so again, I can use an item, or I can just move. I rolled a 1. So here's the thing. If I want to move closest towards my goal, I have to walk onto a negative event. But you know what? Forget that. I'm going to go over here and take this positive event. Okay, the Mothman transport just means this moth is going to pick me up, and I can move between 0 and X number of squares, X being...
Shoot!
6. And I can also do this. Oh, wait, no, I think I can back up. Can I? Is it using... Oh, no. Yeah, okay. I was worried that it was using up totals to go back and forth. So I can go here, which I want to do, because it puts me on a green, which, remember, is either type of event. I'll take my risk. And you can dismount the Mothman transport anytime you want.
Shoot!
Oh, right. It's just verifying I want to get off. Why doesn't it give me... I guess it doesn't... You don't incur the space when you do a Mothman transport? I'm not sure I knew that. 3. All right, so 1, 2... that little up time means the timer goes up. I have more... I add a certain number of turns to the time limit. If you want to just faff around and try to pick up positive things, that's a great way to go. I'm actually going to go this way and see what this gives me.
May I assist you?
I got another present. Sweet. Corky said the event was another Mothman transport. Oh, and did I dismount? Oh, right. So I chained Mothman transports and didn't use the second one. Oops. A rift generator. I'm not sure I know what that does. Let's find out. Where's the rift generator? Let's sort. There we go. Rift generator allows warping. You can warp, but where will you end up? All right, so you just randomly jump somewhere. 5. I also like this. If I hold down the square, I can just move the cursor around and count. 3. So 4, 5 there, or 4, 5 here to something good, right? Didn't it say blue was something good? Let's do that.
Yes!
There's a gift. A treasure chest. Oh, but it's back that way. Which I think is okay. Isn't that where the goal is? It is. So we don't have to stop there. We can just walk over it. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5, 6 to that. Okay, we're good going this way. Construction order. What does that do? Is it not? It's not letting me look at items for some reason. All right, we'll look at construction order in a minute. I think construction order just changes what the tiles are. Okay. Interesting. A little saucy. Huh. So if you remember, mana is your personal karma, and that's persistent. There's 31 points of mana I'll never get back. Well, I'll get it back, but that I lost. What was that construction thing? Construction order changes the map's panels. Do I determine what those are? I don't know. All right, so we can go up to the blue panel. All right. Oh, so I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when you run into a character or an obstacle, I think a chest, you just walk onto it. You attack it, and it uses one of your points of movement. So I attack the barrel. Right there, you just saw combat. I move one more space. It did take a point of movement. So, all right, this brings up my defense. Now, defense is a character stat. I trained with an armor knight. That's one of the classes. And defense aptitude. Well, basically, as I equip bonuses to my defense aptitude is a multiplier to those.
This is fun!
So that was a good thing, and that's permanent. She will never lose that. Let's see. 6 is good, and the goal is up here. Yeah, we're super close. So if I really wanted to sort of min-max things, if I wasn't doing a stream about a game with tactical combat, I might sit here and just faff about with this all night, and don't think I haven't. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that a dead end? No. All right, so we'll go up this way.
Yes!
Hell is, remember, money. I had 400,000 of it, so it's just another
Shoot!
1,500, whatever. What am I saving it for? I guess the major money sink in this game is hiring characters. Uh, Healing is such a minor money sink. Buying equipment, there's really good equipment you can get. But yeah, I guess it's getting new characters is the main money sink, which you can also do by taking prisoners and interrogating them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ouch. Except we can go left if we need to, but I think this box is going to take a turn to bump into it. So 1, yeah, 2. I just fought a box and I won. 3, 4, 5. She did that to me before. That's so rude. All right, so that's 62 mana that I'm poorer. So all those items I've been storing up, and I've got plenty of them, my thinking is save those for the more difficult run-throughs, right? Like these are basically gimmies for 100 mana. So 4, I can use 3. Yeah, let's just do it because we're so close. Oh, big whoop. I don't want to ride it. I'm just going to dismount. Oh yeah, Corky, you're exactly right. I did just waste another ride before. So am I getting greedy? Maybe. So here's how combat works. Well, the way combat works, I'm not sure how combat works. Oh, it rolled for me. I didn't stop. So you roll a number from 1 to 6. The higher you get, the better you do in combat. And something about slots. I don't know how combat works. I could go back and read the help screen if I wanted to, but combat's been pretty much at this point a non-issue for me. So my resistance, that's your defense against magical attacks, gets a bonus. And again, that's permanent. How awesome is that?
Yes!
Money, all right. She thinks I'm poor, but I'm not. And we're coming around. Oh, okay, look. Unless I roll high, I may not beat her in 1 round. Oh, I did anyway. I think it's just I out-level... these are level 24 characters, and I think I'm level 30-something with her. And then go 2 more. That little down thing just means move the time limit down. I'm not going to do that. Stupid Mothman, I don't want to ride. I'm just faffing around near the exit trying to get extra bonus. You know what? Fine. I'm just going to cross the All right, now I'll show you what you get for doing this. Richard Holt says, I'm not convinced by this addition. And he says that with his arms crossly folded in front of him, and he's making a harumphing sound.
Thanks, everyone.
It really is just well, it's a time waster in the sense that you can just make a beeline for the exit. Now, one of the things, this counts as a battle as far as advancing time. And advancing time is good for advancing your research and your exploration in that other screen that I showed you, which we'll see when I get out of here. So for whatever reason, that fish down there, he presides over this character world. And now he's there when I get to choose bonuses. So look at this. There's the fish, and then there's all these, like 10 versions of myself. Each one of these, I can pick what bonus I want. So look, that little boot, I know from playing, that's the icon for speed, for my movement. I can get a permanent extra point of movement. That's huge. Who wouldn't want that, right? Alternatively, look, I can raise my critical hit, enhance my critical hit percentage. That's huge. Who wouldn't want that? What else can I do permanently? I can get more abilities. Okay, so here's what we're going to look at. This little thing right here. Abilities, if you recall, when I was showing you that orcs have the ability where the more of them are clustered, the more of a bonus they get to their stats. Every class also has a unique ability. Those little support attacks I was getting with my ranged units, that's the starting ability for archers, is that when an archer is in firing range of an ally, whenever that ally attacks a unit, the archer gets a reaction attack. That's awesome. So let's real quick look at Katniss's abilities. So her unique ability is support attack. And you see at the very top of the screen, that's permanent. That's in its own slot. Then she has basically 5 slots for common abilities. And these are things that you unlock, some of which are also, and you buy these with mana. This is what I was saving mana up for. Some of these are unique to the class, and that's the case with both of these. For Katniss's archery, I have slotted this bow range ability, and I bought that with mana, and it takes 3 slots to increase her range by 1 panel when she's using a bow. Hit Mastery increases her aptitude, which is the percentage, which is the bonus she gets from equipping something that increases her hit. And those are things like glasses, all those binoculars hanging around her neck. Bows, those increase your hit. Everything that she equips gets an added bonus to the benefit she gets from it. So for instance, if a normal character has a 100% hit aptitude, when I equip a bow that gives that character 10 points to his or her hit, that character's hit goes up 10. If her hit aptitude is raised 10% to 110%, if I equip her with a bow, she gets 11 points of hit. So all of this math, crazy math. But you know what? It's important. So her ability slots are all full. If I wanted to equip more abilities, I don't have any additional abilities. But believe me, there's a whole bunch of others. Because look at all these categories of abilities. Look at that. It gets crazy. And you unlock all kinds of them. She doesn't have any more, but if she were to get more abilities, she doesn't have any room to equip them. Because she's got all, her unique one is spoken for. That's always the case. She's only got 5 slots. I'd have to unequip one of these to equip something else. But I like these. What if I want something else? Well, that's what this fish right here will do for me. This fish will increase the number of slots. That's huge. Now, I'm not that concerned about that. What I'm going to do with her, because she's my main archer, and what I'm doing with this character is I'm just piling stuff onto her that gives her a bonus to hit, to her hit stat. And archers have an innate hit aptitude, I think, of 120%. So I'm just going to add to that right now. Oh, wait, was that it?
Huh?
Yeah. Whoops.
Thank you.
So, 110%. So I'm going to, so it's only 100, it went from 110. I added 2% bonus to it. But if you look at her hit stat of 661, oh, okay, so that's 6 points. Well, that's important. Min-maxing, every time I leave a dungeon, I have it set to autosave. So that's the basic level. If I go back in with her and train again, you will now note it's going to cost 1,000 to go in there. I don't have that much mana for her to do that yet, but when I do, I presume the bonus is better. So there you go. And that was a mission. And I know it's a mission. So if I go over here, my research, nothing was finished. Otherwise, I would have gotten a message. My research has progressed. Not very much, it looks like. All right, there. I'm done showing you stuff. Let's go play Disgaea.
Where would you like to go, dude?
Should I do this? Because it's going to make you guys watch cutscenes. You know what? I'm not going to. Let's just do random dungeons.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Oh, I'm talking to a Prenny and not the item world guy. That's the
The
problem
item
having so
world's
many
full of
Prennies running around.
surprises.
All right, one of the things I've been improving is a bow. Let's see if I want. Oh shoot, I have to unequip it. Sorry, stand by. Who has the bow? Here we go. Bow of Scales. You'll note it's level 32. It is a common item. Pony Carnival's 2-word review of this game. Good lord. Pony Carnival? I agree. Good lord. 5 stars. Now, one of the reasons... Well, okay. Bear with me while I do something that's probably going to make no sense, and rather than narrate it because I'm just throwing so much information at you guys, I'm just going to do it. Stand by real quick. I'll just tell you what I'm
and
doing is
enjoy.
innocents are characters who live inside of items, and you can encounter them when you do the item as a dungeon. I'm going to put some innocents in this bow of scales because I want to do something called taming them, subduing them. Trust me, it's important. Let's see, marksman adds to hit. All right, so we're looking for marksman. Oh, wait, there was one. Two. Marksman. Later on, no joke, you unlock a farm where you can grow these things. The marksman of 1. Let's see if I can get any better marksman. Marksman. MWT Bone says, I guess the thematic element has to appeal. If you find it cute, then great. Otherwise, it's going to leave you a bit cold. In a sense, I agree, MWT Bones, but I guess the takeaway I hope you would get from this is well, maybe I didn't show you enough of the combat, but the combat in this is, as Richard Holt put it, precise, as some other people might put it, finicky, but it's a really solid tactical combat engine. And there's just so much supporting stuff behind and underneath it that I would not write it off just because you don't find the graphics cute. And I can pretty much guarantee that playing this, and maybe it's a Stockholm Syndrome thing, but you will eventually find the graphics and the tone cute.
The item world's full of surprises.
All right, let's go inside of a bow of scales. We'll be starting at level 32, I believe. Where's the bows? Bows. Oh, wait, did it say? Oh, no, I see. I'm starting at level 20. This is the deepest I've been. I've improved the item 32 levels, which is different. Generally, each floor you go down improves an item. There are ways you can compound that. All right, so look at these guys. They're just level 23. Going to be pretty simple for me. And look how tiny the level is. Super tiny. These things right here, item symbols, I can just use them, if I care about it, to raise this bonus list. Which at this point, I'm over-leveled here. I don't care that much about it. But look at what's at the very bottom of the bonus list. Item level +1. If I get it all the way up here, it's another +1. So if I really wanted to min-max the item levels, I would sort of farm this for the bonus level gauge rather than just beating it, and I would destroy these things. But I don't care about this. I'm just trying to kill some guys, get through the level, and in the process, level some of my characters up. So this is going to be very straightforward. I can pretty much one-shot all kinds of things here. I'm just setting up kills with the people who need the XP.
It's magic!
And I will have her use her wind spell. And let's see, I just need to clear out this immediate area so I can move everyone out further. Seraphina keeps falling behind levels. Let's move her out. Alright, let's just execute, which doesn't end my turn. Yeah, Richard Holt has a good point. It really does. The self-awareness really does go a long way. It doesn't take itself seriously.
Let's go.
Oh no, she's actually 30. She's fine. Oh, Isalia. Let's see.
I'm going forward.
So
Even
here,
harder.
that revenge thing, don't ask about. Well, whatever. Revenge is a gauge that builds up as a character, I think, takes damage, and as other characters die. When the revenge gauge fills up, and hers was filled up and wasn't used, your character, all of her special abilities are free. She takes 25% less damage when she's injured, and I don't know if you can tell, but on the very bottom, where it has her level and her experience points to the next level. We go over there. There's a boot for her speed, number of tiles she can move. The wings have to do with terrain elevation that she can manage. Her range is 1. Her hand, which is how far she can throw characters, which is a whole other different wacky gimmick. She can throw characters 3 points. That little 2 has to do with counter attacks. When she's melee attacked, it has to do with her punching someone back who punches her. More importantly, look at that little explosion symbol with 100%. That's her critical hit percentage. When her revenge thing is fired off, and I think it lasts 3 turns, 100% crit hit. So revenge is awesome. You want to make use of it when you can. Okay, and then we've got a Prinny here. Let me just turn this. All right. Remember, we can bring 10 people out before we even have to end the turn. My supporting... Who needs level? Oh, Hanzo's a gunner. He needs some... So remember, gunners can only hit people at direct right angles, but he's got a super good range. He will attack the Prinny. Oh, actually... No. Who else? Let's see. Final Fantasy Tactics is another good one. Yeah, Richard Holt, very good. Oh, it's Walshy says it reminds you of Final Fantasy Tactics from the Game Boy Color in advance. Very much so. And this is kind of inherited for me the mantle of that genre, which is kind of isn't it tactical RPGs? Is there another word for it? But they're JRPGs that are focused just on tactical combat.
Why, hello there.
Okay, I'm going to show you guys throwing just because of how ridiculous it is. So Tia is my Diabolist is the class level, but she's really like a lady samurai, whatever. You'll notice she can only move 5 tiles. 1, 2, 3, yeah. So here's her movement range. She can't get over here where I want her to kill things. So that's as far as she can get. Too bad. I have to wait till next turn, right? No, because here's another conceit of the Disgaea games. If I move someone else out, and I move him or her adjacent to another character. So here's Christo. He can throw 3 tiles. Yeah. Look at this here. Lift. What? Lift. If I choose this command, I can pick someone up who's adjacent to me. I can pick up Craig, who's a Prinny I'm about to kill. I don't care about that. I can pick up Tia, who's my ally. I'm going to do that. Now, I don't know if you can tell, Tia is on top of him. This is how you start to build these towers. And you can fight with these towers, which is a little silly, but you can do it. I think if I end the turn with Tia on top of him too, he takes damage. I think that's the case. But I don't want to end the turn that way. What I want to do is, now you'll note where lift was is throw. I can now throw Tia a range, oh shoot, your throwing sucks, of 3. Let's back that up. You'll note everything I just did, I can undo it. Let's bring in someone who has a throwing ability, who has a range of better than 3. All right, you can see that Roxy can throw somebody 5 spaces. That's what that little hand is. So Roxy moves out here, and then Roxy will lift Tia.
There!
This is what it sounds like when you narrate a game of Disgaea. Roxy will lift Tia, and then Roxy will throw Tia right over here. Now Tia moved, so if I want to move Tia, you'll note I can't. I can't move her. She's been thrown beyond her movement range. But look, she didn't attack. She didn't do anything. So now she can attack. So there we go. I could even throw Roxy now if I wanted to. Let's see. Let's get some more ranged attacks out. See, there's no reason to not end the turn here. And all this stuff I can just hit trying. I can just skip through this if I wanted.
Mother!
There, I just skipped everything. Oh, look at that. That's the cat. So there's a cat person. The cat attack. So human characters, as opposed to monsters, they get a huge penalty when they're fighting cats. Because they like the cats. What does that question mark mean? She is... Is that silence? I think she can't... Yeah. So that question mark means for 2 turns, you can see on the left-hand side, she has silence cast on her. She can't use abilities. But you know what? Who cares? Oh, actually, let's... move over here. One thing in this game, there's nothing like zones of control. So it can be hard to block, to protect like your archers. It's easy for things to move around your melee fighters and attack your archers if you're not careful. Alright, and that's going to end that level.
Hiya! Wonderful.
Oh, Nth one, yeah, Richard Holt, yeah, so that silence ability, actually, that might be a separate thing that the cat did. It's called amnesia, I think, and it reduces your intelligence, which is your effectiveness with spells, to 1. So I think cats make you stupid. Oh, don't even get me started with these geosphere or geo triangle things and these colored spaces right here. Because, good Lord, that's a whole other crazy thing. And that's where some of the really crazy, but I think kind of gratifying tactical puzzles come up.
All men are my servants.
All right, you come on over here. So for setting up these kills, here's one thing it doesn't do. So I've told her to shoot Maxima, who is a rabbit. Yep, that's a rabbit out there. Now I know she's got an attack order because of that A with the cross swords over her head. What I don't know is who she's attacking. She's attacking him. You might think, oh, look at that swirly stuff around him. That's just because he's standing on the exit. There's no interface provision to show you who is attacking whom. So I guess the drawback here is there's no danger of me dying or really getting anyone hurt. Just because I am, and this is the grinding aspect, I guess, I'm playing a level that's way below the level of the characters I'm using. And one of the reasons is because my lower level characters right now, they're all off exploring the other netherworlds. I've sent them all away. Otherwise, I'd be bringing them out into this battle, and it might be a little bit more fair. I don't even care, by the way, about shooting this chest, because it's going to be, see that class common? The color of the chest decides this. It's not something that's going to be very useful to me. I know it's going to be some cheap, basically vendor trash.
Why, hello there.
Alright, so just setting up attacks, because I can probably get everything done in one turn if I want to. And again, here now I've lost track of who has an attack on him and who doesn't. Alright. Looky here. Why is that yellow and that red? I think red means it's a sure thing. Yellow means I haven't quite hit 100% of his hit points, I believe, which you can't really tell from that gauge. But there's probably basically a pixel of undepleted health there. Alright, let's just end the turn.
It hurts, Flip!
For my master.
Yeah, Richard Holt is pointing out about the whole zone of control.
I'll do my best!
That's why you have so many dudes. You build a wall of them. Because it's true, you have to go around the dudes. There's just no provision for standing in front of a dude and then being locked down in that character's zone of control. So actually, I did fairly she got beat up pretty bad. Because I was all like, oh, I don't have to worry about any of this. I'm not worried about healing because this is about to be over. Oh, look. Overload. So overload is a special, when named characters, I think it's just named characters, fill up their revenge gauge in addition to the usual 100% crit, basically free special abilities, and 25% reduction of damage taken, they unlock this overload ability. And they're based on, they're all based on who the character is in the context of the story. Seraphina's overload ability is all dudes around her are basically, they fight each other for one turn. They fall in love with her. She's a temptress, right? And then kill the slime. I think there we got it.
Hi, new menu item.
Ding. So as I think, literally I think that class is called Lady Samurai, and they're categories within that class. She's gone from a Diabolist Lady Samurai to Holy Swordsman Lady Samurai. So a Gratz is in order, because that was a ding. Oh, what? I didn't kill that last guy.
For my master!
So the tricky thing now is they're actually injured until I heal them by either going back to a hospital or bringing out a healer. So, sorry I got a little cocky, but let's just real quick do some quick healing.
I'm doing this!
And let's see, did I have anyone here? There we go.
Get better! For my master! Hi!
I took a prisoner, Samantha, and I got a little bit of hell. Disgaea bucks. Interesting, this one's tiny. We've just got 3 enemies on it. 4, looks like. But this weird labyrinthine... Oh, look at this floating in the middle. So there's no jumping in this game, but that's again where the throwing comes into play. Or, as is going to be the case with us, ranged attacks.
All men are my servants.
Yeah, so that was, you'll note her little soundbite, all men are my servant. With ranged units, you can sometimes, yeah. So if there are elevation issues, because you can see as I go around, this is a 3D map, different spells, different attacks are differently affected by elevation, and that's one of the things you sort of figure out as you're playing.
Straight on!
Oh,
Straight on!
constantly forgetting this. All right, so Roxy can't attack this dude up here, Yumi, because Roxy has a spear. Or does she? There, I just changed to her bow. I keep forgetting that you can do that on the fly. Certain characters are adept with different kinds of weapons. So let's see, we've got these. Let's take that out. All right, it's just 2 more to take out, and then we're done with this level.
Found ya.
And then finally... There. All right, so I think everybody's set up. This one round is going to clear the whole map. Escher on acid. Isn't that a little bit redundant? Isn't all Escher on acid? But yes, very much so. All right, and you'll note these are all orcs. So if I let them cluster, they're going to get a stat bonus, but we're not going to do that. These colored panels, you'll note in the upper left-hand corner, some of them actually have an effect. What does innocent mean? I don't know. Now, if this effect is really troublesome, which in some levels it definitely is, you can change it by scooching around these little pyramids. Gets super crazy. And there are definitely story-based missions that are all about teaching you, hey, sometimes you really have to pay attention to who's standing on what color square. Now, when it's random like this, it's just a patchwork of whatever. Okay, attacking Brandon the Orc.
Why, hello there.
Let's have Tia, who is now a holy swordsman, attack. Here we go! Exclamation point. That's that orc's name. Oh, right, it was Roxy who changed to her bow. Did she keep her bow as her primary weapon? Oh, yeah, looks like it. The character graphics are all... You can get different color schemes, but they're all... The character model is determined by the character's class. So I can look at Roxy and know, okay, that's a Valkyrie, and I can see that Valkyrie has a bow equipped. So if I want to change that, I can just hit a button and change it. She can go from her fairy arch to her La Chauve-souris. Yeah, that's really how that's pronounced, I'm sure. And I know, because it is a facet of those kinds of weapons, I think they're called spears, that I can reach, that I have an attack range of 2. And plus it said so on the screen. Alright, and then bring out my super overpowered ranged attackers. Let's see, those orcs over there, I'll just give them a turn to get a little closer. For whatever reason... Oh, I was thinking, for whatever reason, why can't she attack that orc up there? Well, because... Wait, what? Oh, we're inside of her bow. That's why she doesn't have a bow equipped. Alright, well, you can't fight here anymore. You know, I could have given her a different bow. Alright, and... shoot Vash, the orc. Alright, we'll just in turn here and let the other orcs run closer to us.
I'll work even harder.
Ding, by the way, for Usalia. I expect a Gratz.
I'm going, Flip.
Oh, I didn't even do that, I bet. Yeah. Helldiver. Just for the heck of it, I'm going to go ahead and start using this bow more often to build up her experience with the bow. I think it's called aptitude, her weapon aptitude. Alright, Nusalia, come up here and punch the final orc named Abracadabra. And that'll clear that level. Now, one of the things we're trying to do in here, in addition to grinding and just going down levels and leveling up that bow, those innocents, as they're called, that we put in here, and they give us a bonus to hit, we can find them and subdue them and then combine them into more powerful innocents. That's ultimately what we're doing. There's other things we can do down here, but that's our main priority. And furthermore, just because, thank you so much for the Bunny Overlord level up, Gratz, Joshua Marshall. Usalia is grateful.
Crush!
So what I'm going to do is, instead of doing this, I can just make a beeline for the exit. I don't have to stop and fight all these things, especially if I don't care about actually moving, which I kind of do, though. I was going to say, if I don't care about leveling up the actual item.
Straight on.
But I'll just show you by way of example. Well, shoot, nobody's fast enough.
Let's end this quick.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So if I want to do this...
Great.
Just kill that guy.
Die!
Because he's on the gate.
Here I go.
Let me thank you.
So his mastery that went up, by the way, was his armor mastery. When you get attacked, your armor mastery goes up. Oh, yeah, I didn't even hit... Yeah, I didn't get any points. Maybe if I kill one guy and then leave? Alright, so you'll note now, wait a minute, it's not the normal base interface. What's going on? You're just moving your main character around. And I designated Seraphina to appear when I'm moving around. And what's that cat? If I talk to this cat, he's a guide, he lets me move on to the next level. But this is some weird special level with some features. So let's talk to people in here. These are basically like random encounters. Leaner here. In one of them, for instance, God of Cursing, I came to a bank, and because I'm a demon, I was given the option to rob the bank. Whoops. And I did. And I got 100 gold. But I could still talk to the bank teller. So I talked to the bank teller again. The bank teller's like, okay, that's not all the money. We have a little more. She gave me 1,000 gold. So I talked to her again. She's like, okay, fine. We have more money in the vault. Here's 10,000 gold. I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to talk to her again. I did. She gave me 150,000 gold. That was awesome. I was like, yeah, I got to talk to her again. Talk to her again. She's like, all right, that's it. I'm calling the guards. I had to fight dudes who were like level 900, literally, level 900. They walked up and did a special attack that had some crazy, like, cosmic destruction animation, and then killed me and ruined all my progress in that particular spelunking expedition. So let's see what happens if we talk to Thomas the Master Nushi. Ellipses. It's a standard thing to say in a JRPG. Oh. So if I keep... oh, yeah, okay, there. Right there. I just provoked him. Actually, I probably should have checked what level he was. Is this going to be game over? Level 25. Okay, I can take him. And all his friends. So I could have just gone past this level. Presumably there's going to be something cool here. Okay. Exactly, Richard Holt.
Crush!
So we'll just move out a small band. This is a level we're going to have to work our way. We don't want to bring out Liz because she no longer has her bow. Although you can swap equipment in the game. You know, I'll just do it anyway because I'll need to remember. So look, I brought out Liz. Oh, she doesn't have a bow. What can I do? Let's give her a spare one. Let's see. The driftwood bow is terrible. Let's see. Bone hunt. I don't have any good bows. So we're looking at that hit stat. And the best one is increasing by... yeah, okay, you know what? We're not bringing her out because all my spare bows suck. Because you'll note if we look at Anya... you guys even care about this? Shadow Howler, her bow, gives her an attack bonus, gives her, to her hit, 107 points to her hit stat. So bringing someone out with just 41 points on her hit stat, nah, who cares? And Seraphina, as usual, I'd like to get her leveled up, and we'll bring out one more melee person who, this guy I should bring out. I feel, oh, you know what? I want to bring her out. I just unlocked her. I don't know what class she is. I mean, Chief of Dragon Fang.
Let's go.
But I don't know what that means. Oh, she's fast. Let's look at what she's got real quick. So, good fortune. Increase stats by bonus gauge level. All right, I have seen this. So if you recall, this is the bonus gauge right here. The higher it goes up, the better her stats are. But she's also a badass level 30 character. Oops. So that, by the way, is her counter ability. And she just filled up her gauge to revenge. So now her percentage for critical hits is 100%. So when I attack that guy, Galoon Thor, and you'll note this won't kill him. It's a 100% chance for a critical hit. Actually, I wonder if that means... let me check something. I can't tell if that gauge took into account the chance that it would be a critical hit. And why didn't she fire? Using her support ability. Ah, she wasn't in range. All right, fair enough. Let's look real quick at what kind of specials she's got. Smoky. Oh, I haven't seen any of these. Well, Fire and Mega Fire are just your do fire elemental damage spells. Smoking Haze. Well, it's a unique ability. It does her... basically, the stat that causes damage is intelligence. The type of damage is star damage. If you recall, was it imps? I think imps were uniquely vulnerable to star damage. That little height benefit, that little height up 18, down 12, that has to do with its vertical coverage. Smoking Haze, what's Murder Stone Story? Oh, right, okay, I was on the receiving end of this before. She just hits you with a big rock. All right, I don't really need any of those. We will just punch Terry. Now, let me show you something cool. And this is a very positional thing. So, let me undo this. These characters are adjacent. When I give her an attack command, you will note her chance to hit Terry, 99%. See at the very bottom, that chain rate? Whenever you do a normal attack, everyone who's adjacent to you has a chance to chain in, to add to that attack. One of Nico's special abilities as a whatever ninja wind fighter she is, I forget what it's called, is she's really reliable as a chain attacker when she's adjacent to someone who's attacking. And you'll note it won't even use up her action. Oh, look at... wait, you can see that Lady Izuna chick. Look, she's smoking. She's got a cigarette and a cigarette holder. That's cute. So I queued up the attack, and you'll note the default attack didn't Wait, is that right? Yeah, you'll note, I don't think this is taken into account. Her default attack will basically do half damage. If Nico is added in with a chain attack, and there's a 95% chance, I think that means that thing is pretty much dead.
Annihilate the enemy!
And you get this animation, which again, you can skip, but I think they're cute.
Don't stand in my way!
Yeah, that definitely killed it. All right. And Nico can still go. All right, so here we're just moving everyone up. I think she can get in a shot. Let's do. Yeah, she can finish off that little archer down there, right? Yes. Oh man, she didn't quite kill it. You'll note speed down. That gun, the basic shot from a gun, and this is one of the special abilities of a gun, is you lower the speed stat, and speed is how you evade damage. Basically, accuracy is the character is affected by the character's speed stat. So I hit Galanthor, class civilian, and you'll note his speed stat of 193 is in red, meaning that it's debuffed by my gunshot. So watch this. Now we've got two characters adjacent when, what's her name, Izuna? When Izuna does her default attack. So you'll see Nico's percentage chance is 95 because she's super reliable as whatever class she is, I forget. You'll note that Tia, the samurai chick, it's not as likely that she's going to participate in the combo here. So let's find out.
Is this okay?
Wait. One of my favorite things in this game. Oh, well, that's a little useless. There's their combo animation, but the character's already dead.
I'm happy.
Oh, no, it wasn't already dead. Now it's dead. Seraphina has a kind of a giggle or a chortle or a laugh, which I think is supposed to be annoying, but I find incredibly endearing. You just briefly heard it. You hear it a lot in the cutscenes. All right, here comes the monster. What is he? It's a grizzly, I think is what they call these things. Master Nushi. I thought he was a grizzly for some reason. Class bear, yeah, okay. So within his class, he is Master Nushi, whatever that means. And his name is Thomas. Thomas the bear. How sweet. Okay, so let's set up these awesome support chains. Oh, actually, can she get there? No, she can't quite reach, but look what we're going to do.
Ha! Hi!
So whenever an enemy within the archer's range is attacked by an ally, the archer gets a support attack. And you're going to see a couple of little chaining support attacks here, which is always fun. Anytime the picture pops up, that means support attack. So there. And let's go ahead and get Nico close to being out front because that little grizzly is on the way.
Thank you.
There's nothing little about that grizzly. What is that icon over his head? Oh, characters have the ability to. So there's a buff called Giant, and you can see in the left-hand side of that character screen, the buff is lasting for 99 turns. And Giant just gives you a huge bonus to your stats. So you can see all of that bear's stats are in blue, meaning they're buffed by him being a giant. So actually with 4,000 hit points, this might not be as straightforward as I thought it would be. Let's let that bear get a little closer. I want to be careful about the frontage that the bear presents. And let's bring out another ranged attacker. Alright, come on down, bear. you one more. I could check to see the bear's range, make sure he doesn't have ranged attacks. I think I've fought enough bears to know.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. So now we can set up the attack. We got to do 4,000 points of damage to this thing. And it's going to hit hard. Giants hit hard. All right, so let's see. Up front, excuse me, let's see if Izuna can get up there. Not quite. Her attack range, however, is 3, so she's in good shape. Tia's attack range is 1. All right, so let's see. How am I going to... Yeah, okay. So Tia, you have to be in front. Izuna, you have to be in back. There. So because of the way movement works, where I can move anybody at any point to any square within the range of where they started, I could juggle around movement like that. So Tia range 1, Nico range 2, Izuna range 3. I need to see real quick. What class is she? I keep forgetting this. Fight Mistress. Yeah, how ridiculous is that? Why is that hard to remember? All right, back them up with some ranged attacks. Get our gunners lined up. Let's see, where is that? Here? No, I think it's 1 over. Yeah, 1 over. All right, let's see if we can get 4,000. Oh, shoot. I just dropped her in the base. Come back out. All right, let's see if we can get a 4,000 point attack going. I think I might have mentioned before, one of the quests in this game, and quests are like achievement that give you rewards. It's not a quest in that you just get XP. You get XP other ways. But one of the quests is to set up an attack that does like 100,000 points of damage. This is how that game works. All right, so we're going to set up our plinky ranged attacks first to build up our combo. And then once the combo is built up, we're going to have our heavy-hitting melee attacks come in. And remember, each of these attacks, because we have 2 archers over here, their ability being support, every time an attack lands, they're going to get a support attack. So, and that's going to further build up our combo. So there, we have all the range stuff set up, and I don't guess in any particular order. So one of the things you might want to consider too, whoever gets the kill gets the experience points. Not that concerned with it at this point. All right, so we'll have Izuna attack, and none of these are special attacks, so we're not using any of their special abilities. We could, but I'm just going to go with the default attacks. All right, everybody's queued up. I think this will finish off the bear. Let's see what happens. And I'm not going to skip any animations because I enjoy these. So there's the support attack, the gun attack, 2 support attacks from our archers. Now we go into our archer attack with a support attack, the other archer attacks, the other support attack. Now our melee attacks with our combo doing double damage. Oh, how exciting was that? All right, well, it was over before it started. Items training bonus has been added. Don't know what that means. Oh, right, and this is the next level. I was like, oh my god, what am I looking at? So the thing with the item worlds that isn't the case with the story missions. If I go into a story mission, I'm like, oh, this is too hard, or everybody dies, I just lose all my progress in that mission and I start over. Item worlds, you have to get to level 10 before you can back out and bank your progress. So no big deal right now, but if I was really pushing the risk-reward level, that's the exit, that could be a factor. All right, but we're just going to plow through the last few levels.
Me too!
Because I want to show you what happens every 10th level.
Yeah!
Because that's important to what we're doing. Oh, shoot. All right, these little red squares we're on, they boost the enemy by 50%. They make everybody more vulnerable to water, which is one of the 4 damage types. Silence means nobody can use abilities, and HL means you get 50% bonus to the cash you earn for killing something. So no special abilities, but that's okay. We don't need them. These things are low enough level that we can kill them by punching them or shooting them.
Kneel! Yeah!
All right, let's see. We need another attack set up over here. She's got a range of
Annihilate
3,
the
right?
enemy!
So she can set her attack to that guy, not to be trusted. That's that guy's name way back there. And we'll just end this turn.
Let's go.
My best split.
See, look, a little fun animation, because so Usalia did her basic attack, and Izuna made the check to be a chain to participate in that attack. How sweet was that? Teamwork.
Ow!
So that character did not have a hit, because it was a ranged attack, 222, high enough to deal with Izuna's speed of 324. So 0 damage all around. Let's see. We've got 2 more characters to kill, right? Okay, I think the guns can do it. And we've got to get someone ranged up there, because that guy is standing across the way.
Yeah! Oh!
Thank you.
Yeah, NBBT Bones points out rightly that I guess to you this gets less interesting as the difficulty level goes down. Like, it's me just setting up people and doing attacks because I'm doing an item world thing that is way under-leveled to these characters. Even this treasure, by the way, it says rare. I mean, I'll pick it up, but at level 26, when I've got characters in the 30, I don't think it's going to be anything I can use.
Bang!
Annihilate the enemy.
Me too!
Why, hello there.
What?
There.
Well, to just fast forward ahead, what's going on here is that I'm trying to get to the 10th level, at which point you can then set a path that you want to take
show you,
through the item. Oh, haha. So that little guy there, you have to kill him in 1 attack, and their attacks aren't doing enough damage to kill him. If you do that, you get a special bonus. Alright, so there, and
Sorry, but I'm
the AI
forcing
characters
myself
have
through.
no compunction about trying to take that away from you, which is what they're doing there. So if I do 1,300 points of damage in 1 attack, 1 combo, I'll kill that thing, which is super easy for me to set up with my characters leveled up as they are. And there will be a nice bonus in there.
Kneel!
Actually, wait. The trick, by the way, is you cannot end the level before you kill that little thing. Because when you kill the last guy, the level ends. The last guy who's not that little egg thing. Which is going to be super easy for me because, well, you'll see. Let's see. Can you get over there to attack that? You cannot quite get there. But we'll get Hanzo there, and he can shoot that slime up there. Chuck. Now, Hanzo isn't killing Chuck. What's up with that? Look how easily Hanzo can kill Jade. Slimes, the special ability of them, is they have gel bodies, which means non-elemental damage, which is just physical attacks, non-spell attacks. They have a big resistance to that. But you'll note, look at that on the left side of the resistance, it's negative 75, negative 75. They're super vulnerable to spell attacks. And that's just a facet of gel bodies. All slimes are like that.
I can do this.
So we're bringing out this magician to just hit it with a quick ice attack, which will handily kill it. And then we're going to try to kill that little egg by stacking up an attack on
It
it.
should all go as planned.
No, I'm
My
just gonna
brain
skip
is
this.
perfect.
I'm going to skip this.
Don't be foolish.
Sorry, but I'm forcing myself through.
Alright, they're not good enough to kill that egg guy. Alright, so let's get everyone in position. Try to set up an attack. We just have to do 1,400 points of damage, which is really easy for us at this point. And let's see what bonus we get. next turn, oh, let's see. So this guy on the exit, he won't leave, which is great. This guy here, we want to go ahead and kill. Can I reach him? I cannot. So here I'm doing a weird little thing. I'm going to throw Hanzo one square over so that he can line up a shot on that one last mobile guy, Doggy. Then I'm going to end the turn. And the next turn, we're going to corner that little egg and kill it to death. Yeah, I don't know where you think you're going. So that rabbit keeps trying to attack it, to no avail. All right, here we go. Unfortunately, I don't have Roxy in here to make a assist a sure thing, but I don't think I need it. All right, Isalia move up there. Zuna get behind there because her attack has a range of 3. Tia right there. Let's get our gunner lined up. 2 gunners lined up, and this magic. Oh, whoops! I did not line them. I put them in the wrong place. Oh yeah, I put everyone in the wrong place. All right. Okay, there, that works. All right, so everybody's adjacent. Let's just set up attacks and hope we stack up. I think I'm right. Like, do all of the combos come together? Oops, I just unequipped her weapon. Let's find out. You know what? It might be one individual attack has to do all the damage. So let's build up the combo, and then hopefully, let's see who has the highest attack. 639. 182. Man, her sucks. All right, we'll end up with Tia's attack and hope that it has enough of a combo bonus to rack up, what is it, 1,400 points of damage? Don't know if this is going to work. Let's find out.
Bang!
Oh, did I shoot the wrong thing? Yeah, all right, so it has to be a single attack. All right, so Tia, here's your chance. Combo's only 1.3 at this point. Yeah, no one did it. Oh, she did it. All right, I got a resistance shot. What else did I get out of that? That's all I got out of that? That was terrible. That can't be right.
Don't be foolish!
Father!
Oh, whoops, I meant to see what was in that chest.
Sorry, but I'm forcing myself through.
And then we'll finish off the last guy.
Bang!
A jellyfish stinger. That's a kind of weapon that only monsters can use. I thought that egg guy was supposed to give me something cooler. All right, this thing right here, break. When you kill one of these, it increases the level up bonus you get for your item. All right, so here's a bunch of cats, which really are no obstacle. If we bring out monsters, and Usalia counts as a monster, they aren't penalized when they're attacking cats. Izuna is also a monster.
Let's go.
And he will kill, not quite kill the level sphere. We'll get him an assist there.
Kneel.
Or we won't because, yeah, hold on.
I'll do my best, Flip.
Bang!
No, he did.
Kneel.
Oh, let's make sure. Oh, yikes. Okay, look at this. Reverse damage. Anything standing on red, that's bad news. What's causing that? Well, let's look around. You have to find the little pyramid that causes that and destroy it. Right there. Now the problem is the pyramid is on reverse damage itself. So if I damage the pyramid, it reverses the damage. Yikes. But what I can do... This is where the lifting and throwing and all that silliness comes into play. Is lift up that pyramid and move it. So I'm going to lift Izuna, and I'm going to throw Izuna adjacent to the pyramid. And then Izuna is going to lift... Oh, shoot. Monsters can't lift. Dagnabbit. Alright, let's do this with a human. As you know, monsters cannot lift things. Everybody knows that, right? So let's get someone with regular lifting arms. Oh, she can just walk up to it. And she can now lift that and then throw it to make the bonus apply to a different color. So let's make the bonus apply to green squares. There, now the red squares no longer have the reverse, but the green squares do have the reverse damage. So she does not want to attack that cat over there. I think, is she on a green square? I'm not sure if she is or not. I can't tell if she's on a green square and they're damaging themselves, because the colors of the squares turn off during animation, which is a little annoying. No, I think she's getting a little hurt. She just leveled up. She went from a mythic fox to an ancient fox. And that was her counterattack. Oh no, she was on a red square. Yikes, she did get hurt. Alright. And let's see. So reverse damage. Is that green? That's not green. Is he just going to park on the reverse damage? I mean, that's what I would do. In which case, we'll just move it back to a different colored square as soon as we kill these other things. Ugh. Oh, we'll just have her finish Audrey off.
Die! You!
Poor cats. Oh, now he's clean. I don't think the AI, I could be wrong about this, I don't think the AI knows how to deal with the different colored squares. Like, I think you could easily abuse, well, take advantage of, it's, you know, it's gameplay. The colored squares, you could easily set up situations where the AI just kills itself, or... I could be wrong about that. Alright, so that was level 48. We're just trying to get to... Or no, 28. Trying to get to 30. Alright, so one more, and then I'm going to show you why we're doing all of this. Well, you know why we're doing... Each time it levels up, by the way, it's improving the stats of this bow, which is Liz's main weapon.
All men are my servants.
Alright.
Let's go.
And we're also, of course, getting XP. Aw, cheerleader. That's terrible. What is a sad name for that fighter?
Yeah! Ha! 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 You! Oh crap!
So you will note, because classes have specific character models, the equipped weapon changes, by the way, which is kind of cool. I can see that guy has a bow made out of bone, which I don't think I've seen before. Bone Hunter, yeah, okay. And he's wearing a top hat, which doesn't show on the character model. That's just his ancillary items that are equipped. I could steal these. Also a facet of Disgaea for all the games, as far as I know. You could walk up and use an item. So let's try that. Maybe I have seen a Bone Hunter. Yes, I have. All right, I don't care about Bone Hunters. Oh yeah, good lord, I don't care about those at all. All right, I was going to try to steal that Bone Hunter, but I don't care about it. So because characters are classes, the character model is a facet of what class it is. You might think, oh yeah, that's my character right there. Why can't I control her? Wait, what? No, that's just another, Oh, I forgot now. Lady Fighter? Seriously? That's another one of those, just like my character, but it's not mine. So that's a occasional source of confusion. Did somebody die? No. Oh, Koki says, can't you capture the enemies by throwing them into the portal and letting them fight the units you have in reserve? What? Is that true? Now I want to try it. Let's see, does he have a throw? Okay, watch, I can do this, though. Okay, what's her throw? Her throw is 4. So 1. Okay, good. Okay, let's try this. I'd never heard of this before. There's so many crazy things in this game I've never heard of before.
You! Fly away!
Yeah!
What did that do? Did it hurt anyone in here? I can't tell if that's... That's hilarious. Is that now one of my prisoners? Or did I just kill that person? Because there's a whole thing, too, in here called squads, which is new. And squads are a way to group your characters into squads that create special bonuses. And one of the squads is a squad to specifically capture characters. Wow, I never knew about that. I've literally played 100, if not more, hours of Disgaea and had no idea about that. That's adorable. I think a lot of people play Disgaea by going online and looking up this stuff, which is fine, but I have never done that. I only know about this tower thing from yeah, there's something I was trying to figure out before. I forgot what. Oh, about lifting and throwing and whatnot, like why I couldn't lift with monsters. And so I stumbled across the fact that, yeah, people play by setting up these huge, crazy towers. I think there's even skills you unlock with the towers.
All men are my
All right, that jerk shot my maid. Ugh, worst heal ability ever. What is going on? Oh, I'm just...
I'm doing
There,
this.
couldn't find a character. Alright, there we go. I was just doing some healing. Let's have this maid finish this guy off with her gun. Alright, here we go, level 30. Oh, summon. Well, never mind.
I guess I have no
Things I can
choice.
show you.
Get better. Ha! For my master.
Alright, every 10 levels you run into a town. Oh, shoot. No, you don't. You run into a boss, then you go into town. All right, the boss. Let's see. The boss on here. Now, is this poison? I don't think so. All right. In some of the earlier levels when you fight there, that pink water is poison. Okay, this won't be easy because she's level 41. She is a healer, though. So she's mainly a support character. I think we'll be able to deal with this. What level's everyone else? Just the standard. Yeah, all right. All right, so we have to kill this boss, then we go to town.
Why, hello there. It's my turn. Let's go.
Man, I love how fast she is. Let's get some ranged units out.
Found ya.
They're basically the artillery. I don't know if she can reach. She can. Awesome. And poor Liz without her bow. So flicking the right stick, I can page through these different information displays over here. That becomes a sort of a muscle memory thing. And see, look, she has no weapons. But Anya, on the other hand, has her Shadow Howler. See if she can hit that other chick up there. Not quite. Let's have someone out to throw her.
I can do this. There.
Alright, we've got plenty of people in play.
Hiya.
Clear out the lower part of the map, and then go deal with that boss.
Bang!
Huh?
Ding.
Ha. Yeah. Thank you.
Let's also bring someone out to open that chest real quick. Lolita has a gun.
magic.
Oops.
Let's go.
So, my concern a little bit about Disgaea.
That.
This is, as you guys can see, super detailed, super intricate game. You have this group of characters that you're leveling up, and you're paying attention to who does what, and has which power, and does which thing, and how you're using different characters. I'm going out of town for a week, and won't be playing this. Is this sort of thing like stepping away from a game of Civ 4, where if you put it down long enough, you're not going to be able to get back into it? Because that's what's always happened to me with the Disgaea games, is I play them and I'm like, yeah, this is cool, this is awesome. And then for whatever reason, I put them down for a few days, and that's it. I've completely lost track of what I'm doing.
Hiya. Ta.
Alright, this will clear out the trash mobs, and then on to the boss, who is a support character with no one to support.
Marry me.
This chaotic X circle is something I've just unlocked. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen the enemy. And it would injure everyone in that X. So her being one of my ranged characters, that might... Oh, no,
This
okay,
is
good
fun.
lord.
As expected.
So she just raised her mastery in armor. Alright, so what is it? Something like 4,000 hit points. Oh, 2,500, please. This is going to be easy peasy. Alright, so set up the combo. Although, actually, I think the only issue is everyone getting up there in time. There is a hotkey to there is a command to cycle through friendly units that I'm actually not getting very accustomed to using. Like, I definitely don't have it in my muscle memory to hit the L2 key to cycle to the next character. No, can't get there in time. Or isn't close enough to shoot. Oh, did I move? Alright, this is as far as they can go. And Tia... yeah, let's move up Tia. And end turn.
Huh?
So look at that. Out of her... forgot what
Course.
did she have? 2,500? What did she have? At any rate, yeah, look at that. They almost killed her.
Looking for a boyfriend. Marry me.
The other going clumped together, so they should be... This damage should spread out nicely. So it's only... This is a helpful thing. It's only showing the characters who are going to take damage. It basically declutters the level, so the animation makes it a little easier to see. Okay, who got singled out there?
I'm a tragic heroine.
So, that was a counterattack. Because she took damage, it triggered her counterattack, and it finished off the boss, and that's that. Now we go to town. Literally. Innocent town. So the little characters who live inside of items are called innocents. And what we're doing here is we're looking for them. There's a chance, and here's some little gifts that were left for me. 137 gold, which means Bupkis, a Jewel Blossom, which is a fairly decent sword, in a hospital where I can heal everybody up. A little store, which will have a few choice items. Sometimes you can find fun things to buy in here. Let's just have a look. Nothing. It seems like nothing I care about. This lightning scroll. I might buy this. It doesn't do much damage. Nah, I don't think so. Chicken blood. I am going to go ahead and buy that because that's a consumable healing thing that I can always use. All right, so now this guy right here will now, I'm at floor 31, and I think it's infinite. Maybe stop at 999. Who knows? I can keep going for the next 10 levels. The route that I have set previously is to enhance the item, and that's to give me things that level the item up. Right now, the item is level 32. If I continue on, it will all the level ups that I just earned in the last 10 levels. If I back out now, those get cashed in. If I continue on, that continues to build up. However, I can change the distribution of what's in front of me as for what I want to do. Normal is just random distribution. Item enhanced, this is what I'm set at. It's giving me, fairly stingily so far, bonuses to raising the item level. Innocent enhance is what we're going to do. Makes it more likely that I will encounter those innocents. Those characters give me bonuses who I can subdue and then combine into more powerful bonuses. Treasure chest is, of course, just items. Mystery room are rooms like where I found that monster, that bank I robbed. Invader, I'm not sure about. Invader is where other realms... I think it's just a big set-piece battle. Bonus character, I guess, gives you bonus characters. I could look in here, by the way, and this guy would explain to me these things. Right here. I do want to look real quick. What is bonus character? Oh, right. It's like that little egg thing that I had to kill in one hit. Huh, all right. So what I want to do, though, is because I put innocence in here that I want to subdue and combine, I'm going to tell this guy, hey, the next 10 levels, put me on innocent enhanced route, which makes me more likely to encounter innocence. And then I talk to this guy, and I can either leave and bank all the stuff I got, or try another 10 levels, which is what I'm going to do. But I'm not going to make you guys watch it. So instead, I'm going to leave and then come back in a minute. So here's what I've banked. You'll see the stats building up on that sword on the bow on the right. The level of the bow is now 46. I don't know what the limit is there. Because it went up a certain level, I can now put an extra innocent in there who I can encounter. And then when I come back in, I'll start at level 31. So that is the crazy item world grinding. This is Disgaea, a game without end, Disgaea 5. Oh, good lord, look at what... Okay, so it's just... Oh, all this research I'd unlocked. Oh, and I discovered new netherworlds. Just gonna show you real quick.
What?
So whenever you fight battles, time passes. And you can see here, I completed 4 expeditions. The 5th one is still ongoing at 54%. You'll note the Dark Illuminati one. I completed that, but it's only 46% done. What happened? Well, what happened is I probably sent in guys who weren't high enough level to deal with it, and they all died. Let's have a look. Let's see. The color for things is... Shoot, this is... Wait a minute. Let me back up. Dark Illuminati. Let me look at that world. Here we go. Let's read the report.
Check it out.
Negotiations failed. I attempted to ambush something. I got wiped out during a battle with an imp. Took a break to heal up. I was attacked by an imp. The imp declared war. I got wiped out by another imp. I took a break to heal up. Got wiped out again. I kept getting wiped out by imps. Yeah, look at this. I'm definitely... Whoever I sent in here was really poorly equipped. Now you can see... I'm just getting my butt kicked over and over by imps. See on the right, the little scroll bar? I've got a long way to go with this report. I'm just going to tab through all these screens. Look at this. Days on end. And I think each day is a battle, by the way. So these guys, I could have recalled them at any point. I could have gone in here, looked at the report, saw, you guys are getting your butts kicked. Pull out. Something eventually happens. Let's keep going down. You can see on the bottom right, I'm the took idiot. Oh, I got a prisoner, idiot. I think that's the guy's name. He's an imp. That was the 175th of 186 events. Here we go. We're coming to the end. Oh, look, I bought an item, but it was a scam. I discovered a new world, Patriot Garden. I can send expeditions there. On the 49th day, we're nearing the end. Got a gremlin. Okay, so now I'm finally getting some things. Took another prisoner. Day 50. Yeah, so I guess I wonder if 50 is the hard limit. Like after 50 days, you guys are like, okay, we're done, we're out of here. If they haven't reached 100% on that world in 50 days, I guess they leave. I don't know. Okay, so let's continue to the next screen. That was our report. Here are the things we earned. Just that pixie staff and the frog sweat. The pixie staff, actually, that's pretty good. One of my magicians can use that. Frog sweat, oh, is very good. That's a one-time healing. Let's see who we took prisoner. A level 30 imp, another level 30 imp, another level 30 imp, another level 30 imp, hides in laundry. That's his name. So, some high-level imps. When we interrogate these guys, we can use them to improve our squads, which is a whole other subsystem in Disgaea, or we can just have them join as playable characters. We can also set them free to wander around in our netherworld, in which case they're strictly cosmetic. So all told, that was an expedition. And it's telling me here, as I saw in the log, Patriot Garden is now a place that I can explore. Patriot Garden is, whoa, level 50. That's what I want to be. So it's going to be a while before I can get much out of Patriot Garden. And that was just one of, you'll see I've got 3 more completed expeditions to check on. And now if I send out people, see at the bottom, one of my 5 ships is free to send out a new expedition. And the way that would work is I would just pick a place if we want to send people back into Dark Illuminati. So Dark Illuminati squads need to be level 30. So here now is everybody who is not on a mission. So this was my group of imps who were about, oh, level 37. They leveled up quite a bit from that. You'll note 0 hit points, 0 hit points. A lot of them are dead. I have to go resurrect them. But I could then send them back out on the expedition, and they can continue to work in Dark Illuminati until I get 100%. Once you do that, I think you can unlock bosses to fight in the different worlds. All right, so let's go to the hospital.
Let's fix you up.
What was I going to show you? I forgot. You know, that's what I was going to show you. So, yeah, and so now in my characters, I have the, well, I was going to heal up these poor imps before I send them back out.
Let's fix you up.
So 37, by the way, that's higher level than my main characters. I have used that exploration bit to out-level my main characters. That's a little crazy, but that's what happens. All right, so I'm going to go check these. I'm going to go back in the item world. This is Disgaea 5. I could sit here for hours on end. I will continue to do so, but not next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will not be around next week. I'm out of town. I will be returning the week after that. If over the course of the week you have requests for Request Wednesday, just enter those into any of the comment section for any video. I'll get a little message about that, and then I'll just respond confirmed. So feel free to nominate things. We'll do a drawing the next Monday after I return to see what's being played the Wednesday afterwards. Lots of intriguing possibilities. A 4X called Sovereignty just came out. Looking forward to trying that. An interesting-looking underwater exploration game called Devilion just came out. I'm looking forward to that. So go ahead and put your requests for Request Wednesday. Otherwise, show up on Monday to let me know about those. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope they let me back in as well. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Otherwise, make a donation to the ACLU in case they have to go to bat to get me back into the country. We'll see. You can find me on Twitter at QT3. Stuff I write is at quarter-to-3.com. And I would be super obliged if you could check out my Patreon campaign at patreon.com/TomChick. Thanks, everyone. Have a great next upcoming week. We'll see you next time. Cheers.